And welcome back, everyone. Welcome to OSC King of the Hill number 112. I'm, of course, your host, Light VIP, and with me, once again, for the second time today, I have my lovely co-caster. Welcome, AsherBro.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. Asher, again, it's been a while since we've casted OSC King of the Hill, but it's great to have you back. It's good.
Yes. I think it was only one ago, but that's okay. Here in the bottom right-hand corner, we have a beautiful Terran player playing for Team KyC. It is the Polish Terran Spirit.
And something appears to be wrong. Okay, oh, thank God. That's spawning in the top left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire. We have the Finnish Zerg player himself representing Gova Esports. It is Mixu.
What was wrong?
The screen may have been black. Just pure darkness. Pure darkness, but it's okay. We have seen the light. It's okay, puppy.
Animal.
Aye. But yeah, it's great to be here. I guess to kind of bring everyone up to speed as a reminder, this is a King of the Hill and a little bit of a unique format in that we have pure best of ones.
Yeah, so basically winner stays on, and we have seen the last time we casted together, I remember pretty much no one was able to hold on to the crown. I think until Krystianer came along. It was just everyone was dying the first time that they defended the title.
Yeah, it was one of those things where the crown was like it was a curse. As soon as they put it on, they died. So yeah, I mean, you have a really good memory. You're correct. It was only Krystianer who was able to really hold on to it. There's something about these Polish players, because likewise, we had a similar story last week as well, until Spirit was the one who went on a bit of a tear.
Yeah, so there is a lot of competition for these games as well, and the best of one format does open things up for some rather cheeky builds. I don't remember anyone going for anything too crazy, but I do remember the games being quite short in general.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Cheese can really excel here. I'm always gonna remember, like Bjorn versus it was Bjorn versus Nicoract, where they just proxy raxes everywhere. Because why the hell not? We'll see how that does turn out here, as we are in our very first series. I also want to apologize to everyone for the delayed start. The Twitch title was originally Spirit versus Geralt, but Geralt was MIA. He was missing. This does mean, though, like, in case he was like in a ladder game or something, he can make a resurgence and show up later on.
Yeah, we do have a lot of slots here. We've got 15 matches, I believe it is, to play. So plenty of room for players to move around, get their games on a little bit later, or, sign up a little bit late. Eba.
Just calling them out.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for Eba to show his face, because he hasn't played in any of these too often. Another Zerg player here, as again, it's nice to start things off with a bit of a ZVT.
Absolutely. As we see, Spirit just being very annoying with this Reaper is just going to be, macroing along with this 3cc Banshee, so nothing too out of the ordinary from him. Just being a little bit aggressive, kind of skill checking with the Reaper, but not really getting too much done with it either.
Yeah, just poking, prodding, seeing if you can get any damage, any creep tumors, any drones, any lings. As you were saying, a very, very standard opener here from our Terran player. We do see a little bit of a Link Scout slipping on in, so Mixu was able to confirm as well the 3rd CC. He knows how economic Spirit is being, and likewise, we should be seeing something similar from Mixu as well. Droning during our double Evo chambers. We know that we can afford to delay our Baneliness a little bit longer as well. Like, yeah, just a standard game.
Yeah, for sure, and definitely a really good scout there coming out from Mixu. Sees the 3cc, sees as well that Banshee, the cloak for the Banshees is not researching, so it's just going to be the single Banshee without cloak, just a little bit of a safety Banshee.
Yeah, definitely as.
What? I was like, are you gone?
Yeah.
Are you leaving me, lad?
No,
Soon.
I'll never leave my bay again. It's always one of those things where like I hold my breath whenever there's a little bit of latency. Who is it? Unfortunately, we have a little bit of lag here from Spirit. Hopefully nothing too serious, and we can always resume from replay.
Yeah, exactly. This game's pretty calm at the point where it's lagged out. Fortunately, we have occasionally had games where it lags out in the middle of a big fight, a kind of game deciding fight, and it can be a little bit awkward to decide when you want to jump back in.
Yeah, it really can. Again, thankfully, like everything was really chill here. As it looks like Spirit is gonna lag out Smoj, Papi. But it should be fine. It should be fine. We should hopefully be able to get back into things as long as everything is okay, like client side. Like as long as like I don't know, there's no like power outage or anything like that.
It is taking a minute.
Look,
it's stuck.
It's
Lizard, please.
Is he really gone? Was he ever really gone?
Yes. This is the new Terran strategy.
Oh god.
Unbeatable.
What do you look? Hey, look, you mate. You gotta calm down, okay? Look, as we speak, we got the Africa Cup Championship right now with 3 Terrans in the top 4, mate. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've got it on my other screen.
Oh my god, man. We're gonna have a TVT finals, Papi.
That's good.
What do you mean?
Hey, what do you mean? You think Dark's not gonna win?
Yeah, I did. I don't.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a hard time, Papi. He's gonna have a hard time.
You're an animal.
Oh my god. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that transpires. Again,
You've doubted Dark once today.
I have. And I'll keep doing so. Oh god. As in the end, Spirit does end up lagging out. We will be resuming from replay as long as we get our hands on Spirit once again and everything is okay.
Yeah, so just a little bit of a delay, but it won't be too long if we can round him back up, get him back into the game.
Yeah, should be good.
But we found a way for Zerg to win.
We did it, but we solved the balance issue, Papi. Oh my god.
Added a new patch where Terran players cannot stay in the game for longer than 5 minutes. Alright, there we go. We are straight back in, so not too much of a delay there at all.
Yeah, exactly. Just one disconnect, maybe like a little blip, like in the intranet, or maybe his PC just crashed momentarily. Spirit, I hopefully jokingly, Spirit was saying in the chat, how many disconnects before I get disqualified? Just asking. And I'm like, oh no.
Wait, are you planning to disconnect?
Oh
dear.
Yeah. Oh my god. So maybe something is a little bit unstable, or maybe he was joking. I hope he was joking. Oh god.
Yeah, maybe Kira can let us know how good Polish internet is. There we go. Looks like we are straight back into things.
Yep. Once again,
and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner.
And in the top left-hand corner. Oh god. We still have our Zerg, we still have our Terran. Oh god. Again, thankfully it wasn't in the middle of a big fight. Like things are pretty chill at the moment. You know, we're chilling.
Yeah, for sure, but a very interesting opener coming out from Spirit, actually. After this Cloakless Banshee, you're going to be going for a Liberator as well, so definitely a bit of an unusual opening, and could catch Mixu off guard here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you were taking note earlier about how there was no cloak on that Banshee, so Mixu has a piece of the puzzle, but hopefully he's not too greedy here as the Hellions are looking to try and bypass these Queens and try and slip one in. Oh, don't quite make it though.
Yeah, the Hellions just dipping in there, but Spirit will maybe noticed there as well, but the Ling count is very light for Mixu, so if he can find an angle where he can bypass the queens, there is a lot of potential for damage with a run bow.
Oh my god, exactly. Meanwhile, at the same time, I'm a little bit surprised myself. This Banshee 7 kills on its own and survives.
Yeah, that is huge damage for a Banshee with no cloak. Yeah, kind of surprising there, and very good multitask coming out from Spirit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there was a little bit of a Ling run by, and sure, Mixu was able to get a mule, but now we have a Liberator slipping into the main base as well. We have the Hellions headed towards the third, trying to catch these queens a little bit out of position. The queens, though, they seem to be here, so the Hellions should be finding a way in, or will they?
Yeah, they're just going to go straight into that natural. There is really not enough Lings there to deal with this many Hellions, and they're going to dive into the main as well, and there's a lot of potential for damage here. Taking out the Evo blocking drone, and these drones are getting lined up.
They're getting lined up. 9 drones are going to be going down. We have a couple of Lings on the way as well. It looks like they're all going to be roasted, but it looks like the Hellions should be cleaned up. One more volley is going to go off. Oh, God.
Yeah, 12 of those drones going down. We do see, looks like the Liberator and the Banshee were cleaned up as well. So not the worst defense coming out from Mixu, but also a lot of disruption. And generally when there's such a messy, disrupted opening, it can favor the faster or more experienced player. So I think I do like this for Spirit being in a little bit of a weirder game.
Yeah, I definitely agree here. You know, the worker counts are, you know, surprisingly close right now, so it's looking a little bit better here for Spirit. He's working towards his push as well, bearing in mind that he still has all these upgrades lined up, and I mean, he didn't have to use any of his Marines or any of his big push. He's moving out now here. The Hellions have already paid for themselves, and hopefully Mixu hasn't been droning up too much, recovering after that damage.
Yeah, very clean timing coming out from Spirit. Because of that early Banshee, because of only getting one Banshee there as well, it does mean that his tanks are slightly faster, and he is slightly overextended, however.
Oh, exactly. Almost this is one of his tanks. It looks like one of them is going to go down here. Marines are forced off of creep, so a great engage here from Mixu. Taking down one of those tanks does take a lot of the wind out of the sails here of Spirit's push.
Yeah, for sure, but at the same time, losing quite a few Banelings, and Spirit being very cavalier with his units here, just rushing straight on in there. So much confidence.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like at the same time, Mixu's going to be going for a bit of a run by at the third base. So looking to try and catch some reinforcements. Can he get a tank? No, he will not. The Lings are going to get cleaned up, and Spirit doesn't stop pushing.
Yeah, good attention from Spirit to have those units ready to attack the running by units, and gets a lot of damage that way as well. And Spirit just trying to dance with the Lings and Banes here, draw them into the tank fire, and good focus fire coming out initially from those tanks, taking out a lot of the Banelings.
Yeah, exactly. The Banelings are all going to be going down. It looks like trading with the tanks. No, somehow the forward tank survives.
Wow, and fantastic focus fire coming out from Spirit. He's going to be taking out every single Baneling, barely losing any Marines, and this is starting to get out of control now. He can even pick up after this and go straight into the main.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants, mate. We have a couple of queens here to defend. We have some Banelings morphing in as well. We have to make a choice for Mixu. Looks like he wants to try and fight. Oh, but it takes some Banelings to the face.
Yeah, a little bit of a misclick from Spirit. Doesn't quite get the last of the Banelings there, but it's going to be enough anyway. He gets the win, and Spirit taking the first match of this King of the Hill.
Wow, GG, well played. Yeah, really interesting turn of events there, where, I mean, as you were saying, he hit a really crisp timing, but the lead up to that timing is probably really what set him up for success, right? Not just with the Hellion harass, but with the surprising amount of damage done by that Banshee. Cloakless.
Yeah, 100%. That was a crazy multi-prong attack that he had going there, and all the macro behind it was extremely clean. His timing was very good coming up behind that, so just a great job all around.
Very well done indeed. And with that, Spirit is going to be able to continue his run here. To remind everyone, the reason why Spirit is here is because he was last week's King of the Hill. He went on a little bit of a tear there towards the end, and he holds on to his throne.
Yeah, there we go. So he's going to be defending his throne now. Let's go.
Let's
Aaron
go.
Powell.
I mean, I forgot to. Oh my god, mate! I remember. The narrative was real last week because I know you weren't casting OSC King of the Hill. Terrans, CuKu, Percival, and Spirit. 3 Terrans.
Yeah.
They basically won everything.
3 kings. That's what I hear.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Me and Michael was able to get one game. YoungYakov got one game as well, but that's all that happened. It was all about the Terrans last week, mate. Aye.
Beautiful. You love to hear it.
You're like, I wonder why I got such a good sleep last week. I was sleeping like a baby. I don't know why I was smiling so much.
Everything is good. Everything is just as it should be.
Oh god. Animal, puppy, animal. But yeah, a really strong start here for Spirit, but now who is going to come and face him? Because again, we got a lot of players here, a lot of regulars as well, a lot of big names. Even though Spirit is one of the best Terrans in all of Europe, historically in OSC King of the Hill, he hasn't had the best time. Like, because it's best of ones, like, there's a lot of opportunity to punch up in a way.
Yeah, 100%. And there is, yeah, as you were saying, with the best of one format, there can be some really cheeky builds. And if you haven't played someone before, especially, and they have kind of a weird out of left field build that they like to do, it can really catch you off guard. Players like Percival do have some really cheeky all-ins that, if you're not ready for them, can be a very easy way to snatch a best of one. Oh
yeah, Percival is a terrifying opponent to be had here in OSC King of the Hill. I think it's too early to send him out. That's kind of what I love about this, is that again, we are at the behest of the admin Eddie here today. You know, he's got all these players lined up. He's kind of picking and choosing when to send who out, in a way.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if we do see Percival at some point tonight.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely a player that has been playing these a lot, and starting to look like he's coming back into form as well, which is exciting.
Definitely. Oh, and it looks like, just got notified that we are going to be staying in the land of Europe as our next opponent is getting ready. We have another Terran.
Yeah, let's go.
Look, we're making up for the fact that we only casted a single like TVT in ESL Asia. You know, we got a lot to make up for.
Yeah, we have to see more of the champion race, apparently. So I've been told.
What do you mean? Oh my god, puppy. You're like, apparently the champion race, question mark? Oh my god. Looks like the lobby's been made, and we are getting ready for a TVT between Spirit and CuKu.
Oh, beautiful. And speaking of players that can snatch best of ones with very cheeky builds, I know CuKu has a lot of those. Very well known for his 3x Reaper. I have to think that Spirit has faced it enough times on the ladder that that's not going to be catching him off guard. But yeah, CuKu always want to have a cheeky build in TBT.
Oh my god!
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
Oh my god.
That's so hard.
I was a little bit concerned. I was like, is everything okay here? I thought we had a TVP before us. Everyone in the chat? No. So we don't have a TVT. We have a TVP. A Spirit is off racing.
Disgusting. He said there's too many Terrans. There's too many. I have to do something. Something must be done. And he switches to his Protoss. I know he does play Protoss a little bit, but I have to think this is going to be, if not an even match, maybe even CuKu favored.
I have to pose the question here to the people in the chat, to even yourself, Asher. As spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have typically the Terran, but he has seen the light. He's changing his ways, representing KaiZ Gaming, the teal Protoss player. It is Spirit.
And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, playing for Infernali's Esport, this is the Terran in the green. It is CuKu.
So, before we delve too much into what is happening before us, what is transpiring, I don't tune into too many of the European tournaments, I'll be honest. Has Spirit competed as Protoss before?
No. I've never seen it.
Oh my god. So we may have a first right here before us. You were talking about a Spirit maybe known for laddering, maybe streaming off race, but now actually whipping it out in a tournament, in a best of one. He's crazy, pal.
Yeah, Raynor has turned everyone into absolute animals, just trying to off race against anyone that they think they might be favored against. It's so dirty.
Anyone can Protoss, papi.
Yeah, I have to think as well, this might be something more to do with the best of one format as well. He might have a bit of a cheeky snipe build prepared that he thinks going to be very effective against a Terran like CuKu, so I'm wondering if that's why he's gone for it.
Yeah, like there's so much coming into play right now. One, I wonder if CuKu is familiar with Spirit's off-race, because you were talking about it, he has laddered as Protoss before, and CuKu seemed unfazed in the lobby chat. So, you know, maybe he's faced this before, maybe this wouldn't be too much of a surprise for him, but as you were saying, Spirit has to come prepared here. You don't off-race, especially against your own race, unless you know something absolutely disgusting that you yourself even struggle against.
Yeah, 100%, and we have already seen that he's been going, he's going up against the 2-gas build of CuKu and playing quite greedy as well, going for a Nexus before core, so feeling quite confident in this matchup as well. I have to wonder if the Nexus before core is because he's going for something a little bit more cheeky, but it is looking like he just wants to play out a standard macro game, which is even more interesting, honestly.
Yeah, it's wild, right? I mean, so far it feels like he's kind of won out a little bit in the rock paper scissors, right? CuKu, he did go for a double gas opener, and he's been scouting around the edges of the map a little bit to see if there's been any kind of proxy. Now he's moving out with his Reapers, but is he going to be able to punish the greed here of Spirit is the question, because right now he's got a pretty healthy probe lead.
Yeah, Spirit gone for a battery in the main, so it's going to be pretty hard for these Reapers to get any damage. They can try to bounce some units out from the gas geysers here, which is what they're doing, but the Stalkers are there in time to defend.
Yeah, the Stalkers just nullify that completely. At the same time, Hellions do head towards the natural, but Spirit keeps up with the rotation. He was already here, ready and waiting, and Spirit hasn't lost anything.
Yeah, Spirit very aware of the kind of build that CuKu's going for, even sending these Stalkers right out onto the map to intercept these units. So CuKu not really getting any damage at this point, and yeah, wow, Spirit's doing such a great job here.
Exactly, he just knows, Bobby. He knows the movement here of the units of CuKu. He shuts it all down, but CuKu's not going to take this lying down here. He does open up with that 1-on-1, does have a drop on the way here with a couple of interesting units mixed in.
Yeah, and there's some pretty interesting stuff coming out of Spirit as well. Very greedily going so late for his second gateway after Blink. This is such a greedy way to play against a double gas opening, but I think he feels quite confident in what CuKu's going to be going for here.
Yeah. I mean, it does feel that way. It feels like he does ooze that confidence. Meanwhile, I was a little bit shocked. Like, the reason why I was a little bit perplexed when it came to this drop, I was like, there's only a single Widowmine, and yeah, he's only going for one Widowmine drop here. It looks like he's not too concerned with dealing damage, more concerned with scouting and maybe disrupting the economy a little bit. Doesn't want to slow down his build too much by making too many of those Widowmines.
Yeah, so it's looking like a bit of an old school build coming out from CuKu where he sets up a 3-prong attack here. So we have a mine drop that just kind of makes some units sit out of the way and defend. So he just wants to show that mine drop to Spirit, so he has to put Stalkers in position, which is what he's doing now. Then he's going to send a Liberator into the main and a tank push at the front. And with all those Stalkers missing, that really adds to the power of the tank push.
Oh, yeah, we'll see if he's going to be able to bring it all together here as we have a second tank on the way. Liberator is making its way into the main base, as you were saying. So far, everything is looking to go CuKu's way. There we go. He is moving out across the map, and the real question is, will this be spotted? Right now, Spirit doesn't really have a presence on the map. He doesn't have any vision. His observer is stuck at home dealing with this drop.
Yeah, so Spirit actually got quite a bit of damage on that drop, which means he doesn't have to leave as many Stalkers behind. He does sense that something is coming his way, and this is a pretty fortunate movement with his Stalkers. He's going to be able to spot this tank move out a little bit before it gets to his base, so that does help him out quite a bit. He can start to dance with these units, maybe even pick off a tank if he's good with his focus fire, but this is when that Liberator goes in, and honestly, Spirit looks to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, exactly. 5 probes are going to be going down. At the same time, a lot of these Marines have been shaved off. Wasn't able to force a siege up in the middle of the map. It looks like the MindelVK is trying to make its way back here. Tries to dive on top of the tank, but won't get it.
Yeah, that MindelVK goes down a little bit. Unfortunate there. It did have full energy. That could have added a lot to this push, but the Immortal going down extremely quickly. The Liberator, unfortunately, going down as well. A little bit of a miscontrol coming out from CuKu here, but still in a very good position.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Liberator wasn't the biggest of deals. Damage was already done. Both tanks are still alive. Now, no robot units are coming out. We have a Robotics Bay, but mate, for what? It won't be able to produce anything.
Yeah, that robo facility down, and looks like one tank's going to be going down, but a lot of stalkers going down for that as well. And considering the marine count, you can't really be trading this many stalkers off.
Oh my god, meanwhile, here we go. He blinks on forward once again, but the repairs are just too damn good. The tank survives, the stalkers go down, and now Spirit may be regretting his choice here to off-race against CuKu.
Yeah, I think so, because CuKu has handled this extremely well. It was a very greedy way to play this out from Spirit, and CuKu, with a fantastic build, gets the job done.
GG, well played. Spirit may be trying to make a statement here, but really just proving that, CuKu is an amazing player, and you got to take him seriously, okay? You can't have too much fun trying to off-race against this man, because CuKu, he is our new king of the hill.
That he is. So there is, of course, a possibility for Spirit to play another one later on, and I think if he does, he won't be pulling out the Protoss again. But yeah, this does mean that CuKu is going to be able to progress on, and looking quite strong in that game as well. And that's a nice little game just to get the nerves out of the way as well.
Oh yeah, a great game to really shake off those nerves, and especially because I'm sure he may have been a little bit rattled, right? Like if Spirit's off racing, like, oh my god, what is this madman gonna be doing to me? Oh my god! But he just plays out his game. He executes his build. You were saying that there were a couple of missteps here and there, right? Like losing the drop and losing the Liberator, but all in all, he was able to bring it all together in the end, and yeah, really well done.
Yeah, exactly. A very well set up attack, and I like as well the idea in general of just going for a bit more of a technical attack against someone who's off racing, something that's going to be a bit more difficult for them to know instinctually how to deal with.
Oh boy, yeah, exactly. And with that, congratulations, of course, to CuKu. My condolences to the previous reigning king here, Spirit. You know, he did well last week, but his run this week is a little bit short-lived. As you were saying, you know, maybe he can make a bit of a return later on tonight. But for now, he's been laid to rest.
Yeah, CuKu does a great job there. And now we have a new challenge coming out for CuKu. But who will it be? Will it be a Zerg? Will it be a Protoss? Will it be the weakest race?
Oh,
we will see.
You already said the weakest race. What are you talking about? We are going to be staying in the land of Europa, papi, as we have a contender. We have a challenger. We have a player who is actually Protoss, not off racing as Protoss.
What if he off races as Terran?
That's going to be crazy. That's, oh my god. Things are about to get wild. He scoffs at what he just saw from Spirit. He's like, mate, let me show you how it's done, puppy, right? You can't just walk in here and off race. That's not how it's done. You know, you gotta put some respect on the name, as ForJumy is coming out.
Yeah, there we go. So ForJumy, very good up-and-coming Protoss player, has put in some good results recently, starting to look like he's looking to kind of break into that next echelon. So this would be an exciting player to see going up against CuKu, who I would also put in the same category.
Definitely. You know, they're both up and coming. There are just so many up and coming players in Europe. You know, ForJumy, CuKu. We just casted Mixu. We were talking about Eba, who's in the chat, right? There are so many players with so much talent as well, and so much potential. But we can talk about potential all day. It's about, you know, will that really come into fruition? You know, can they take that next step? That is the big question here. And a part of that is, you know, performing in these online tournaments.
Yeah, 100%. This is a really good place for them to be able to show what they're capable of, to show their skills off, and yeah, it's very exciting to see these kind of players match up against each other, and maybe eventually take down one of the top dogs as well.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we just kind of saw that. I say kind of because, I mean, Spirit did off race, but regardless, you know, I don't think Eligulac cares. Eligulac does not care about your off racing, so CuKu is going to get a lot of points there.
Snatch those points. I think Spirit's going to regret it if he cares about Eligulac, and he has to look at that. True.
I'll always remember when, I think Pez played in a Grand Platypus Open once as Terran, and then he lost, and then he realized that he lost points on Eligulac, and he was so upset. He's like, nah, mate, never again, puppy, never again. We're like, no, come back.
He did. He did again. He played more tournament games this turn.
Oh my god. He did, thankfully, and maybe we'll see more of Spirit's Protoss in the future. In future weeks, in future months. But for now, we have our map of choice, and ooh, we have a little bit of a blast from the past.
Yeah, this is something that I was getting really excited about the last time we were casting this is some of the different maps that we do have in this tournament. They have chosen to go for some of the old maps, some of the maps from previous pools, and this is one of them, Nightshade. This is one that, honestly, I haven't seen many games at all. I haven't really played any games on it, so this is going to be really exciting for me.
Oh yeah, let's go. And speaking of exciting, here we have him, the contender, the challenger, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Nightshade LE. We have the German Protoss player, currently teamless. So people out there, if you got a team, get your eyes on this man right here, right now. It is ForJumy.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of the map, recently being picked up by Infernali's Esports, it is the Romanian Terran in the green. This is CuKu.
Oh boy, CuKu already warming up with his TVP, but now he has to try and flaunt it against someone who you know, is a little bit more experienced, and on maybe a map that he's a little bit less experienced on.
Yeah, exactly. That's something that's worth pointing out. CuKu, a very young player, a player who has risen up the ranks quite quickly in recent years. So it's possible that he wasn't playing as at higher level as he is now when this map was in the pool. But I guess you could say the same about ForJumy.
True. I guess the biggest difference is that this was it is like kind of challenger's pick. So ForJumy did pick this map on purpose here. So maybe he did end up maybe not practicing, but I mean, he's a regular in these tournaments, so maybe he has a little bit more experience. Maybe he's feeling some confidence here, or maybe he values just forcing CuKu in a more uncomfortable position instead.
Yeah, just having a look at some of the features of this map, depending on how much of that surface area of the main along the ridge you can blink into, this could be a really good blink map. It's a lot of area though.
There is a lot of area here at between the triangular third and that main base, so that can be abused. There's some dead space outside the natural as well, just a little bit, not too much. As we say that, we do see CuKu's probe out here patrolling towards the right hand side of the map. CuKu is looking for any kind of proxy at the moment. For the time being, looking in the wrong area of the map though.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting build coming out here. We're seeing that pretty fast Twilight Council. I wonder if he's going to be going for a 4-gate here, but without the Robo. That's a possibility.
Definitely. We have a couple of options available to us as the Twilight Council is on the way. If we want to meme it up, he could go for a Dark Shrine as well. We'll keep an eye on things. He could even proxy it if he does throw down the pylon here towards the corner of the map. Meanwhile, from the side of CuKu, everything else is looking relatively standard, going for his 1-1, starting up that Marine production as he finally has enough of a presence here to move out across the map and get some scouting information.
Yeah, very standard build coming out from CuKu. Going to be making that Hellion as well, just to make sure that he can guarantee this scout. So with those 2 units, should be able to slip in just fine, and that is exactly what he's going to be going for now.
Yeah, so we're going to try and dive up this cliff. We do see an Adept ready and waiting for him. 2 shots go off, but it takes 3 to take down that Reaper. Meanwhile, can he scout the Dark Shrine? He will not see it. He will not see it. Up.
Yeah, and this Hellion is going to be taking the damage at the main, at the natural base here of ForJumy. CuKu feeling like he got enough of a scout here, but I'm not really sure if he did.
Quickly checking the vision of CuKu, he did see the Twilight Council. He didn't see it researching at all, which could be a little bit of a tell here. I thought that the Dark Shrine was going to be proxied, but alas, there was no pylon out in the middle of the map. There's one here towards the south instead. Going to be looking to reinforce across the map, and CuKu, hopefully he has a little bit of energy for those scans.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he's going to be banking up energy. We'll have to see as well if he goes for a Raven. It is pretty typical with these kind of openings to get a Raven next, and I think that is what he's going to be doing here, especially considering there's no racks next to there. But this Raven might be a tiny bit late for this timing. Just depends on if he's just going to be warping that in at the pylon.
Yeah, there we go. DTs are on the way. Raven is less than halfway done, so the DTs can deal some damage. At the same time, we have a double jump headed towards the natural base of ForJumy. He has a couple of units here in position, but will he be able to react in time?
Yeah, this mine drop, CuKu looking like he's going for a little bit more of a similar build. Just going to be showing that mine drop, maybe keeping some units back at home, but the first DTs are getting in now. 1 DT into each mineral line, and very good scan coming out from CuKu. Great eyes, though.
Oh, very nicely done, but at the same time, 1 DT still gets into the main base. At the same time, we do have a couple of widow mines here. Are they going to get their shots off? No, ForJumy is paying attention.
Yeah, so going to be one of those adepts going down. Good scan in the main, and that has bought him enough time to get the Raven out. So only 4 SCVs going down. Oh, there are more SCVs going down. Looks like was taken out of position a little bit, but a nice scan is going to save a little, save more of those SCVs. So CuKu with a pretty good defense coming out here.
Oh god, but the DTs, they just don't stop coming. We had a war prism behind us as well. 2 more DTs going into the main base. CuKu has to respond. Right now the Raven is still idle in the natural. Now he will respond, but more SCVs are falling.
Yeah, this is a very heavy commitment to this coming out from ForJumy, and he will be punished a little bit, losing one of those DTs, maybe a little distracted by the mine drop here, and good damage coming out from CuKu, evening up the DT damage very effectively.
Yeah, exactly. If it wasn't for that final widow mine shot, I would say that ForJumy is not looking in a bad position, but that was juicy. 8 probes went down there, and the mine was even able to survive. It did scuttle back into that drop. At the same time, though, we do see ForJumy. He's not done. He's even morphing in a couple of Archons on the front lines.
Yeah, extremely well done. And ForJumy definitely feeling like he has to get some damage here, but CuKu, he spread his units out extremely well, and he's going to be able to fend off this main area. I really like how he's set up defensively.
Yeah, he has split up here between his main and his natural. We got the tanks to the main. We have a full wall off as well, so DTs cannot slip on in. At the same time, ForJumy's trying to find a way into the main base, but there is no way. Oh, and at the same time, CuKu even just testing the waters. ForJumy at least has his 3rd base, so because of this, his worker count is still relatively healthy, but definitely could have been better.
Yeah, so ForJumy getting up into a slightly higher gateway counting. He's still very light on the units at the moment, but does have the potential to go for a bit of a charge Archon timing if he's allowed to survive for that long.
Yeah, we'll see if he can pull that off. Meanwhile, we see him trading a little bit. 1 SCV goes down. It was building SCV on that depot. Gets a little bit of damage done on that tank as well. It looks like he wants to try and come back for those workers.
Yeah, has to be really careful as well. We can see a bit of a game playing between the 2 players where the Raven wants to get a disable on the Prism, but if the Prism can hop the Archons back in as that disables in midair, it's not really going to work out. But CuKu doesn't want any of that. Keep going across the map.
He's pulling the boys, Papi. I love it. He's like, mate, you want my workers? Okay, have them. I'll bring them to you, Papi. Let's go. Oh my god. Meanwhile, we have a massive warp-in into the main base. This is important because this is a warp-in that won't be at home, but he does still have a recall available to him, so he's just forcing CuKu that much more all in.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this for CuKu. He has a lot of targets that he needs to get, and there is going to be a lot of potential for damage for ForJumy here. So CuKu just needs to get in here, take out pylons, take out Nexus as fast as he can. Already floating his buildings out, so he will be slightly ahead in that regard. But this is a lot of mining that ForJumy's getting to do in the meantime. He's so far ahead in the space trade.
Exactly. I mean, this 3rd base is left completely unhindered. Meanwhile, we do see the production is being targeted here. We do see CuKu trying to focus down as many of these pylons, as many of these gateways. Meanwhile, what I'm really worried about is these CCs. If they do go down, he's going to be relying on his Raven to try and defend against any kind of DTs. DTs are amazing in this kind of scenario. I say that, but there may not be any production to morph them in.
Yeah, it looks like all these gateways are going to be depowered, so what you see is what you get, but there's a pretty formidable army for ForJumy. Even if this does go down to a fight, it's going to be pretty hard for him to handle.
Yeah.
For CuKu to handle, sorry.
Yeah, looking at the units tab here, what do we have? Oh my god, CuKu, he's walling off in the main base. He's pitching his tent. He's like, come at me, bro. Try and get into my own main. We do see that he's going to be able to lay siege upon this 3rd base, but ForJumy's getting a ninja.
Yeah, it's a pretty insane tank position, but yeah, ForJumy with a very nice lead in this base trade. One of the issues for CuKu here is because of the amount of zealots that ForJumy has, he can't really look for a fight against the army out in the open.
he really cannot, and that is the death of the final CC here for CuKu. He doesn't have the resources to build another. It just isn't quite possible here. There is a lot of potential in this Raven, though. I think we do have to say that.
If he cancels both bunkers, that's 150 minerals, right? Yeah, he can make a CC if he cancels both bunkers.
Okay. Are we gonna get the salvage? That is the question. Is he aware of that map as well? That's another one. As at the moment, he's just trying to regain or maintain control of the main base, and ForJumy, he's coming back home.
Yeah, and CuKu has to realize as well that because he can see the units, of course, there's going to be a base somewhere, but very nice play coming out from ForJumy.
Oh my god, one tank is gonna go down. We have the disable, but a little bit too late. The tank survives though.
Yeah, that was that little mini game that I was talking about, but with that repair on the tank, I think that's the last of CuKu's minerals. He's not going to be able to build a CC, even if he salvages those bunkers now.
Yeah, exactly. The CC is not possible. We do have a couple of remaining buildings here for CuKu. I mean, thankfully he was able to fly his racks and starport over as well. Meanwhile, ForJumy is getting his production back up and running. Oh, he even has a disruptor.
Yeah, that disruptor could be really nasty. He prioritized getting that robo straight away as soon as the base trade was going down, and CuKu now, as he finishes up the last of those buildings, he has to realize that ForJumy's mining, so he has to go right now.
Yeah, he sees the pylon. He knows at least about that building. He doesn't know where the rest of those workers went, so he's going to have to scour the map to try and hunt it down. But he has to be very careful here. He cannot lose his units. He cannot be picked off as he tries to traverse Nightshade.
Yeah, I'm pretty worried for him here. I think this is too many zealots. I'm not sure if he can take this fight.
Oh god, exactly. Even without the zealots, this disruptor is waiting for its shot. The Nova is going to go off and actually misses. So best case scenario here for CuKu. He's setting up here. He's looking to try and go for the fight.
Yeah, does get a massive anti-armor missile off there, so he wants to take the fight now if he can. Still has a little bit of energy for a disable if things get a little bit dicey with the disruptor here, but using that again for the anti-armor missile, so in he goes.
Yeah, in he goes. The Chargers are going to be able to get on top of these tanks. The tanks are going to be going down. Is the anti-armor missile enough? No, it's not. GG gets called, and ForJumy will take the game.
GG. Very nice handling of the base trade by ForJumy there, and a bit of a crazy response, I have to be honest, for CuKu to just send everything across the map when the War Prism was already in his base, but made a very close game of it.
Yeah, it almost felt as if like he was frustrated by the Archon play. He was like, he's like, I'm done with this nonsense. I'm pulling the trigger. Let's go. And he did a lot with his push, sure, but as you were saying, even if there wasn't that disruptor there, and to be fair, the disruptor didn't really come into play, like there were just so many charge lots with ForJumy's army. Like his army overall was massive, and I don't know if there was ever really a world where CuKu could win a fight, at least not without the help of, say, bunkers or any kind of like defensive position.
Yeah, there were just too many zealots for a fight to ever occur out in the open there, but with the mining going down, he had to go for that. I have to wonder if this might have gone a little bit differently if CuKu had maybe gone for a CC, but at the same time, ForJumy was so far ahead, maybe it wouldn't have made any difference.
Yeah, exactly. Like he would have had to wait until the CC finishes building and then morph it into an orbital and then start making SCVs, which he didn't have that many of. It's definitely a game that he could have tried to play out, but he would have still been behind.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, just good play from ForJumy, and he is the new king.
Oh yes, the king is dead. All hail the new king, and we have entered that kind of territory that you were alluding to before. How so far our kings, their reigns, their time of terror has been pretty short. No one's been able to get more than a single win.
Yeah, Spirit was one for me that would have been a little bit of a favorite to go a little bit further in this, but then he off-raced Protoss, so that's that.
Yeah, he was trying to push a certain narrative and it just didn't.
It backfired.
It backfired hard. Made PvT unwinnable, Papi.
True.
Oh god. So yeah, what a wild game there in the end. But now we are getting ready for our next series. We have our contender again. We are staying here in the land of Europe, and we have your favorite matchup, PvP.
PvP, cool. Don't spread this hate.
What do you mean, Papi? What do you mean? It's beautiful. Oh my god.
It is. It's nice. It's a good one. So I'll say it's my favorite mirror matchup, except TVT. Basically, all I'm saying is ZVZ is my least favorite matchup.
Animal, Papi, animal. What do you mean? ZVZ is beautiful. Oh my god.
Awful.
There's so many like intricacies to the matchup, and sometimes the game can just end because of a baneling. It's amazing.
Wow.
Oh god. But looks like we have our map of choice. We are going to be dancing in the moonlight. And we're not going to be dancing alone. We're going to be dancing alongside ForJumy and MindelVK.
There we go. So we do have an opponent here for ForJumy. It will be a PvP, and this is a pretty spicy map for PvP. We've already seen a 3-gate Ripper against a 4-gate today on this map in the EU Korea earlier on today. Sorry, not EU Korea. The ESL Korea. But because of the short rush distance, because of the lack of a ramp at the natural, we do see very aggressive PvPs here.
Yeah, we typically do see them, and hopefully we see them here. I can read the undertones. You're like, come on, guys, be aggressive. You can do it.
I believe in you.
I believe in you, Papi. I believe as well, as we are going to be loading in to Moondance.
Yes, and here we go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map in the glowing Halloween orange, it is playing for Psystorm, MindelVK.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Moondance, we have the current king of the hill, hailing from the land of Germany. It's the Blue Protoss. It is ForJumy. Can play our game.
Yes, let's go.
Hopscotch.
Hopscotch.
Do you think that there are people, do you think the people that we're casting right now actually have no idea what hopscotch is?
Yes.
Long gone are the days where we can only have fun by getting some chalk and drawing on the street.
Now, if we want to have fun, we just have to stay inside and play video games. But meanwhile, we are seeing MindelVK just being a little bit careful, checking that back base for any cheeky proxies. And now going to be moving across the map, but it's actually going to be ForJumy hiding a pylon, so just a little bit of a mind game coming out here.
Yeah, a pseudo proxy pylon here. So again, MindelVK is going to be going in, he's going to be counting pylons, he's going to recognize that a pylon is missing, but as we can see, it is a bit of a fake out. ForJumy isn't going to commit to anything crazy out of the map. Oh.
Yeah, this probe getting a little bit stuck there. So taking a lot of damage on that probe, actually. And it might be a little bit difficult for MindelVK to hang around until these gateway units are finished. But yeah, we are seeing it's going to be a Stalker and a Sentry coming out from ForJumy, so nothing too aggressive here.
Meanwhile, we see MindelVK with double Stalker, a little bit more aggressive. Meanwhile, because of the read, because of the scout, right now he is scouring the map right now with his probe, looking for any kind of proxy. And it looks like he will not come across this. Just a little bit paranoid. ForJumy successfully getting into the mind of MindelVK. MindelVK.
Yeah, MindelVK actually chronoing both Stalkers out, so a very aggressive way to open up. And after these next two Stalkers, actually going to be going into a Stargate, so very aggressive opener coming out from MindelVK.
Oh yeah, just laying his base out much more. Meanwhile, his probe did indeed find the pylon, so now he is fully aware that there is no proxy robo, there's no proxy Stargate, doesn't have to worry, and he can send everything across the map.
Yeah, these 4 Stalkers going to be going straight across the map. A couple of Adepts following up as well. So if he can start to break his way in, he can get some probe damage as well. And he does slightly outnumber ForJumy here.
Yeah, he does. One additional Stalker does shoot first as well, getting a lot of damage done on one of those Stalkers of ForJumy. Meanwhile, going up this ramp is going to be a little bit difficult because of that Sentry, but did just spend that energy on Hallucination, not on a Force Field.
Yeah, that's right. So MindelVK going to be getting quite a bit of damage with these first 4 Stalkers. Might even be able to take down this pylon. Oh, ForJumy accidentally shooting down his own Stalker.
The misclick is real. The Stalkers push on forward. He can focus down sentry after sentry, but the shield battery finishes up just in time. Pylon is going to go down. And again, MindelVK, he isn't done. He's got 2 more adepts behind this. If the wall isn't a wall, there's no probe in position.
Yeah, very well placed shield battery though. Is going to be powered from the high ground, but yeah, there's a death running straight in, and the probe is there in time. Very good reaction from ForJumy.
Oh my god, very good reaction indeed. ForJumy is going to be able to hold on here, but meanwhile, the adepts are going to turn around. Ooh, the sentries are being focused.
Oh, yeah, those units just getting baited out a little bit away from the defense of the shield battery, so they are going to be going down and losing those 2 sentries. That's a lot of gas that ForJumy just lost and a lot of potential.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, somehow, some way, this pylon survives. The adepts are having a hard time getting in, but you know what? They're distracting the army right now as that Oracle is dipping into the main, but thankfully, there is a shield battery.
Yeah, the defense actually very solid out of ForJumy, so despite losing all of those sentries, he has prevented any probe damage, and that does give him a slight lead now.
Yeah, bearing in mind, everyone, that of course this Nexus is delayed because of the Stargate, so even though MindelVK was able to be as aggressive as he was, he's falling behind in the economy.
Yeah, I say slightly. This is a huge lead, actually.
Yeah. Likewise, I thought that the Nexus had already finished up, but MindelVK just won't stop teching. He actually may have gone for a Robo before Nexus as well. Oh my god. Stargate, then Robo, then Nexus, then Twilight Council. The tech is real.
Yeah, all sorts of tech here, so we'll have a lot of options coming out here to go for a bit more of a technical push. Meanwhile, just throwing down that Revelation, sees that that base is fully mining now, so knows that he's going to need to go for something pretty soon.
Yeah, but can he? That is the question, because ForJumy skips all of that tech, by the way. You know, he does go for the Twilight Council, don't get me wrong, but now he's going for his 3rd base, just maintaining and exceeding his economic lead. We see a Forge on the way, we see 2 more gateways, so he does want to commit to a more Blink Stalker heavy composition.
Yeah, and rather notably here for ForJumy, he does get a much faster blink here, so this will give him a lot more opportunity with the micro to start to harass his units as they move across the map for MindelVK, but looks like MindelVK actually setting up to get a 3rd of his own.
Yeah, there we go. He does take his 3rd, but it is, of course, the pocket 3rd instead, so not anywhere near as valuable as the base that ForJumy has been taken. So MindelVK is still going to be playing a little bit of catch-up, but he does have already an Immortal. He's going to have a pretty massive Immortal lead here, and it is a way to make up for your lack of +1 Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, exactly. If ForJumy is going to be going very heavily into the Stalkers, these Immortals are going to come in very strong, but at the same time, we do see ForJumy getting his +1 along the way, so he is just progressing through these kind of macro techs, these things that give him more longevity in this game.
Exactly. Just refining his army and getting it better and better as time does go on. And meanwhile, 3 probes are going to be going down to one of those oracles, but the oracle did fall in the end, so now ForJumy doesn't have to worry about keeping his army back at home. Now he's pushing out across the map. There is still that small window where MindelVK doesn't have blink.
Yeah, and it does look like ForJumy setting up to blink into the main here with that hallucination.
Oh, and he does blink on into the main base. Pylon is going to be going down, depowering some of these gateways. The Forge is looking a little bit exposed. There's no way he gets it, right? Uh-oh.
Oh, looks like he is going to be committing to it. He does use those blinks to micro back one of those Stalkers, so that Stalker does in fact go down. MindelVK going to be chasing, but with a lot less Stalkers here. I don't know if that was the move.
Yeah, questionable blink on forward here from MindelVK. He's going to be losing even more of his Stalkers on top of his Forge, so now he's going to be perpetually behind in those upgrades, forced to rebuild it, and now he won't be able to hit any kind of timing that he otherwise wanted to.
Yeah, losing that +1 on the Forge, that is a disaster. I really do feel like he should be looking to go all in here, considering how far ahead ForJumy is with the units, but it's so difficult to do that. So difficult to know as well.
Yeah, exactly. So how do we come back from this game? MindelVK, he has made his decision. He throws down a 2nd Robo here at his 3rd base, and he is going for double Disruptor production.
Yeah, definitely a good way to get back into things. A few big Novas can kind of make your army get a little out of control. It can make those make the math of the Stalkers a little bit weird.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you make up for your lack of Stalkers with these Disruptors, with these balls. Meanwhile, we have a hallucination. The Disruptor! Oh god!
Oh yeah, looking to snipe that Disruptor out, but the Disruptor will get to the safety of the shield battery. He's going to be able to send out that Nova, not really getting any of the Stalkers, but ForJumy has trapped these Stalkers. He's going to be able to get a few of them out, but loses the recall as well.
Yeah, just a little bit cavalier, a little bit overconfident there ForJumy was. I think he was maybe even hoping to catch like a reinforcing disruptor coming out of the robo on the way into that pocket base, losing a couple of Stalkers a little bit needlessly, but he's going to be able to make up for that. Or is he? I feel like Charge is a little bit late, so he's going to be pushing in with slow lots.
Yeah, Charge still quite a ways off, but at the same time, the Zealots should do very well against this army of MindelVK, so maybe realizing that he has such an army lead, just wants to go in while he has that, before the Disruptor count gets too crazy.
Oh god, but 3 Disruptors, is that already too crazy? The first Nova is going to go off just to zone away the army. We see for the time being, ForJumy splits up his forces to try and to get rid of all this vision here, all the map awareness of MindelVK.
Yeah, I really like the way that ForJumy spread his units out here, just all over the map. We'll have so much control over any move out the MindelVK might want to go for.
Yeah, exactly. More pylons are going down left and right. Again, MindelVK's vision is just being shortened more and more. 2 Novas go up. Oh, he has 2 Novas remaining, but the Disruptor's looking quite exposed here as he just continues to zone up.
Yeah, kind of just trying to catch ForJumy not looking, and does get the full energy sentry, so that's a nice pickup there.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. He's not going to be punished for it. Oh my god, that Disruptor count is getting insane, but at the same time, ForJumy's going for a surround.
Yeah, Charge has kicked in, so he will be running in with those Zealots. Gets a full surround on all the units of MindelVK. The shield battery overcharge is spent, but he can target that down with the Stalkers if he does choose to.
Oh, exactly. Another Nova going to be going up here, only connecting with 1 Stalker. It looks like with the help of this War Prison, there is too much Protoss. The Disruptors were not good enough. The Novas weren't good enough. He's been broken. GG gets called, and ForJumy takes the game.
Yeah, very nice game out of ForJumy. Manages to survive killing one of his own Stalkers at a pretty crucial moment and gets himself a considerable lead after the defense, and just a very commanding PvP, and he defends his title.
Oh, that he does. Honestly, I feel like that was more of a power move than anything else. Oh my god. So yeah, very well done there by ForJumy, and the first player to be able to hold on to their crown, hold on to the throne for more than 1 game.
Yeah, we have our first defender, so just need to tell him, you know, stay calm, keep playing Protoss, keep playing your main race. Everything's going to be okay.
Aye. Everything's going to be okay, and oh my god, with that, yeah, who is gonna try and step up and try and take down the king himself? ForJumy, he may now be teamless. It is of course, a new kind of update here. Of course, they did leave Berserker relatively recently, but despite being teamless, despite being a free agent, like, he's still got some moves. He's still very well in form.
Yeah, 100%. Sometimes you can see that getting on a team can give players a lot of encouragement to practice more, to try especially hard as they get that extra support. But likewise, sometimes being a free agent can encourage you to put on some good performances, rise your stock a little bit, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. You know, who is going to invest in this player here? We'll find out, as we already have a contender. Ooh, the champion race has returned, papi.
Let's go. Is PvT really unwinnable? It's time to find out.
Let's find out, because we're going to be getting one of our players here. He says he's got no money, but really, he's got no mercy.
We have a returning player. This was actually the player that won, I think, the first game last time we casted OSC. And is a Terran that showed that I think he played mech. So he showed that he can be a little bit creative, can go for some out of left field strategies. So I wonder if we're going to be seeing that against Protoss as well.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, NoMercy, he isn't the most orthodox. I think if you recall, he played mech. Was it on Eternal Empire? Was it a TVT?
Yeah, the gold map.
Yeah,
the gold sandy map.
He's an animal, Bobby. My I do remember. I never forget when a player mechs like that. Oh boy, but is he willing? Is he willing to whip out the mech against Protoss?
He left an impression on you. I'm not going to say whether it was a good impression or a bad impression, but an impression was made.
Yeah, you know, he's memorable, right? That's a good thing. I'm sure.
It's something.
Oh god, but yes, he is just preparing himself, just gathering his strats. More importantly, he's going to be picking the map. As the challenger, the contender does have that opportunity available to them. The way that the vetoes work is that the current King of the Hill does get one veto, does eliminate one map from the map pool, but only one.
Yeah, there we go. So, are we going to be seeing Eternal Empire once again?
Oh, I wonder. I mean, Eternal Empire is quite large. It's quite big. I would say it's a Zerg map, but if there's no Zerg player, I wonder, like, is that really something that he wants to make use of? Does he want to go into a longer macro-oriented game, or would he want to use a larger map to maybe even go for some cheats?
Basically, the way that it works, if it's not a Zerg map, it's a Protoss map. Those are your options.
What about the Terran maps?
The what?
shaking my head. It's okay. You know, we're gonna have a new map pool soon, everyone. It's okay. Don't worry. Copium, papi. But yeah, I'm excited. Especially because Eternal Empire doesn't seem to be like it's not a map that players are avoiding. Like we see it quite frequently here. You know, maybe 3 to 5 times an OSC King of the Hill. You know, there are some players that are quite fond of it.
Interesting. Cool. I kind of want to see Everdream. Is it Everdream? Is that the one I'm thinking of? No. This happened last time.
Yeah, it happened. I'm getting engaged. We've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
You're
Never
like,
mind.
You finally got Everdream. You're like, oh, we got Everdream. Oh, this isn't what I thought it was.
This isn't what I wanted.
This isn't what have I asked for. You ordered something on the menu and you got something you did not want, but you're committed, mate. You can't turn it away. That's crazy.
I still don't know what the map I was thinking of is. Oh, I think it was Death Aura.
Death Aura, yeah. You're thinking of Death Aura.
I want Death Aura, puppy.
Why? It was awful. It was such a bad map for Zerg.
Give me Death Aura. Or give me death.
Yeah. Death Aura was a lot of fun. It was a map with speed zones throughout the middle. It was a map that had an Overlord pillar outside of the natural further forward, which was insane, by the way. It had rich Vespene gas bases in the middle of the map as well. It was quite interesting.
Yeah, 100%. But it looks like we are getting our game, and it is going to be on one of the current maps. We are going on to Inside and Out, and yeah, I do think this is probably the best map in the pool for TVP, so good choice from NoMercy there.
Yeah, I have to wonder what ForJumy did veto in the end. Wouldn't be surprised if I guess it was a much more standard veto, like, I don't know, Stargazers, or maybe even one of the other maps. But alas, we are loading on in. Will our German reign last longer, or will he be stopped by another German player?
That's right, as here we have a spawning in the top right hand corner of the map for Centex. It is the German player in the red. It is NoMercy. Or NoMercy.
And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the German Protoss player himself. He is blue, the current King of the Hill. It is ForJumy.
I didn't pick his name. I feel like he's a Terran. No money goes without saying.
What do you mean? What are you saying right now? What even is G5L?
It's just, that's not really a Terran win. It's a Mari win. You know how that goes.
Shaking my head. But yeah, we'll see how this series plays out, especially because NoMercy is a lesser known player in the European region, even amongst these newer faces.
Yeah, and this is a very interesting mind game that we've got coming out from him. Actually going for the fast wall, but only with a single gas. So kind of faking out that he's going for a double gas build. But I have to wonder, with the CC being delayed by that depot and on the high ground on top of that, I'm not sure how much of an advantage you actually get from this.
Is the mind game worth it? Well, we're about to find out here. As of course, NoMercy is going to be going for a CC here on the high ground. As you were saying, was faking out a much more aggressive opener. Yeah, as for ForJumy, he's just going to be scouting around and going for his own Nexus.
Yeah, so we don't really see any adjustments from ForJumy yet, apart from the extra scouting for the proxy, which he already was doing a little bit of. Just being very careful here. Probably going to be sending that probe back in as well, so the Marine should be able to confirm that kill on the probe, but it just wants to check to see if there's a natural being thrown down.
Well, exactly, looks like the probe will dip on into, and oh my god, actually does have vision of the CC. Wow.
Yeah, so that CC not quite in the right spot. Maybe just need to be one more hex along, and that does mean that if ForJumy was careful to see how far along it was in building, he should be able to piece together what happened here.
Yeah, exactly. So a little bit of a misstep here by NoMercy. Behind this, it looks like he is looking to go for a little bit of a 2-1-1. The reactor has been spotted. The continued Marine production has been observed here by ForJumy as well, but at least the rest of the production hasn't quite been spotted yet.
Yeah, this kind of setup is something that we see a reasonable amount in TVP. It's not going to be the double medevac drop like we see in TVZ. It's more likely to be maybe a Cyclone or two and a few extra Marines going into a bit more of a standard game, possibly even a tank push if he wants.
Yeah, we'll see if he does end up starting that tank. Meanwhile, he's going for that safety Cyclone just in case he's going up against a Stargate opener. Bearing in mind that because NoMercy did end up skipping, he didn't go for an SCV scout and he skipped his Reaper. He's playing in the dark right now. He actually has no idea what ForJumy is up to and what his tech was.
Yeah, and ForJumy actually going for a very, very aggressive build, throwing down 4 gateways here, getting charge as well. So does look like he will be going for a charge roll in, and considering how few units NoMercy has at the moment, this could be really nasty to deal with.
It really can be. At the moment, there is no reinforcement point out on the map. Charge is still just now starting robos on the way, I imagine, for that prism. And I worry for NoMercy, like he's got to try and get something out of the map to see this, but at the moment he still doesn't even have a starport. There's no way for him to get any scouting.
Yeah, and the other problem with not having that starport is he won't be able to get any Vikings to help shoo away that prism once it does get into his base. We are seeing he's actually going for a combat shields push, so quite reminiscent actually of Dolan's special with Stargazer's build.
Oh my god, he's a fan of the Ducklings. Well, yeah, we'll see how this plays out. Very interesting that he prioritized combat shields out of all these openers. Meanwhile, he goes for the scan into the main base. I think this is very necessary. He does confirm at least the Twilight Council, but for all he knows, that could still be Blink.
Yeah, interestingly, ForJumy actually putting back on gas. I don't know if he did that in time before the scan. If that happened during the scan, it's definitely a little bit suspicious if that was spotted. And it does look like that Marine is heading out to try to find this prism, but it will not get there in time.
Doesn't get there in time. At the same time, we have a couple of adepts threatening to shade in towards the natural base. Zealots do get into the main, though. They get a full surround on that first Cyclone and force all the SCVs off the mineral line.
Yeah, so the SCVs and the Marines in combination should be able to defend this, but that's a lot of mining time going down, and these adepts are going to be able to finish the shade now.
Oh, they do complete the shade here, pulling NoMercy a little bit apart. Thankfully, the repairs are on point. The tank will survive, but for how much longer as the elevator's down onto the tank?
Yeah, brings those Zealots down to the low ground, and the repair actually really good here from NoMercy, but he's going to have to be pretty careful with the way that he brings his units down, that he doesn't accidentally splash the tanks on them.
Oh, exactly. But in the end, I think this could have been a lot worse here from NoMercy. He loses 7 SCVs overall, but does hold on to his key units.
Yeah, very solid hold coming out here, but at the same time behind this, ForJumy didn't commit too much, only went for the 1 warp in, is getting stormed very quickly, chronoing probes out at his 3rd as well, so looking to go a lot further into this game, and the storm should be able to help him as he is a little bit lighter on units.
Ooh. Yeah, it will definitely help out. Meanwhile, a lot of damage being done to that Warp Prism could come into play later on, especially once we do have that major engagement. Now NoMercy has his 2 bases up and running. He finally has his starport as well. He's going to try and go for the Prism.
Yeah, nice move there, but good reactions from ForJumy. He's going to be able to keep that Prism safe, sends it way into that dead space there, so there's no potential of that happening again. And meanwhile, starting to get those high Templars, getting that Storm up and on the way, so any timing that NoMercy had to get across the map and get some damage is quickly fading.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, the tanks are staying at home as well. The main army is pushing out across the map with what little medevacs he has. We see a scan forward just to make sure and confirm, okay, we do have a saturated 3rd base. Can he do anything about this? Because Storm is done.
Yeah, meanwhile ForJumy maneuvering that Prism extremely well, able to get into the main there. He's getting a little bit more damage, and oh, the friendly fire on the mines comes in strong, and there's a lot of hurt SCVs there, but no Zealots to finish them off.
Yeah, meanwhile, he spoke too soon. The Zealots, they're now here. That we do have a warping into the main base. NoMercy, he did pull back for a moment, but he's pulling the boys. He is 100% all in.
Yeah, he's taken way too much damage here. He has to just go for it. He has to be really careful as well with that mine that he doesn't splash onto those SCVs. ForJumy did try to get that off there, but isn't going to be able to do that in the end. But at the same time, yeah, this kind of build, this can look really good if there's no splash. If those storms land, this is going to be a massacre.
Mate, there's 4 storms. At least 1 storm is going to land. There we go. The storms are being rained down upon the army of NoMercy. Forced to split up. Can't even siege his tank. And mate, there's no way. There's no way, right? Up.
Yeah, SCV's absolutely evaporated. It's going to be relatively close, but ForJumy just needs 1 more warp in to clean this up.
GG gets cold, and ForJumy continues his reign here as he takes another win and continues to be our king of the hill.
Yeah, PVT proven once again to be completely winnable.
GG, well played. And yeah, a really interesting style from NoMercy. I have noticed that from him. Like, regardless of the matchup, he kind of has his own way of playing in a way.
Yeah, for sure. But at the same time, ForJumy kind of forcing his way into that game, forcing control of that game with a bit of a weird build. That is something you can do in TVP if you go for an extremely aggressive build. You do put yourself behind economically, but if you are the stronger player, you can kind of set the pace and stop the Terran from going for any preset timings, really.
Definitely. As we saw there, right, with all that aggression, we saw that the Terran player was forced to stay at home, forced to deal with all of this harassment as well, having a bit of a harder time. But yeah, it looks like we already have our next player. Another Terran.
Yeah, that's right. We do have another Terran lined up, so it'll be another Protoss win, I'm sure.
We will find out here as one Terran falls, another rises from the ashes. It looks like representing Psystorm Gaming, it's going to be Nicoract.
Yeah, there we go. We have Nicoract, the TVT specialist, but definitely no slouch when it comes to the TVP either. I think this should be a very even match between these two players.
Oh, definitely. I always love to see his Nicoract's play in general. He is quite aggressive, not just in TVT but TVP as well. So it's always great to see, especially when we are dancing in the moonlight.
Yeah, that's right. So the Terran player picking out the map with the shortest rush distance, nothing too surprising there, and wouldn't be too surprised either to see him go for a bit more of a aggressive tank push to try to take advantage of that, as here he is. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, it is the blue Terran playing for Team Psystorm. This is Nicoract.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Moondance, we have the German Protoss player himself. He is red, currently the king of the hill. Still the king of the hill. It is ForJumy.
Somebody stop this man.
Somebody stop this man. What kind of narrative are we spinning here? Protoss can win games? What's happening? Oh my god.
Protoss can win all the games.
Oh my god. But yeah, a great run here from ForJumy. I'd have to delve into some of the history later on as to maybe what his best performances in King of the Hill have been. But yeah, it's quite difficult to go on these runs, to go on these tears. So very impressive, very impressive.
Yeah, that's right. We are seeing once again, the fast wall seems to be the flavor of the day. We've seen all the Terrans going for this. And this time it is going to be double gas as well, so no mind games just yet. But yeah, this has just been very popular in this double gas meta. Going for this fast wall means the Protoss doesn't really have any way of telling what is happening.
Yeah, and you know what? He wouldn't have known anyway, because for the time being, ForJumy, he doesn't go for a probe scout. He doesn't care what Nicoract is up to. He's more concerned with being a little bit more efficient with his units and just chilling here at home instead.
Yeah, and I have to say, a little bit risky. Nicoract is a player that I have seen him go for some pretty crazy builds. He is, of course, a teammate of Gumiho, and I have seen him go for some very Gumiho-esque builds in TVP. So that is something that I'm going to be keeping an eye out for. But no proxies at this stage means it's not going to be anything too wild.
Yeah, exactly. The first Reaper is going to be moving out across the map. Again, both players going to be, or at least ForJumy is going to be a little bit in the dark for the time being, at least until the Reaper does reveal himself. And we'll see if he can keep up with it with his first Adept. Meanwhile, behind this, Nicoract shouldn't be, as you were saying, shouldn't be doing anything too crazy. Hopefully.
Calm down. Relax.
Oh, God.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
You're crazy, Poppy. Like, what do you mean?
I would lose my Reaper. Don't do that.
Oh my god. But alas, ForJumy actually not opening up with a Twilight Council.
Yeah, we are seeing the Stargate coming out. This is a good way to be very safe in this matchup. The Reaper does get one kill on the probe, and we're seeing Reactor Reapers coming out as well. So it's going to be a very aggressive Reaper Hellion build coming out from Nicoract, and a little bit of an unfortunate matchup of builds for him because Adepts and Oracles are very, very good at cleaning this up.
Yeah, exactly. They can be quite mobile as well. We do see the first Oracle is on the way for ForJumy. Looking at the vision of Nicoract, was he able to get behind the mineral? I know he was not. So at the moment, he's a little bit in the dark in terms of the tech he's playing against.
Yeah, and I do think this makes a lot of sense from ForJumy as well. If you're not going to scout, it makes sense to go for a much safer build, and this is something that we have been seeing some Protoss players do, just staying at home with all these units. But at the same time, this is when the damage can all happen. The Oracle is shown, so we're going to have to go for these probes now.
Yeah, exactly. He has to try and go for it. Meanwhile, he will be able to send one Hellion in towards the natural. The two Reapers go into the main base. They're going to be chased down, though. Every unit is going to be hunted down. And for what? I don't believe a single probe went down.
Yeah, really solid defense coming out from ForJumy there. So that does put the Terran pretty far behind. And we're seeing with the Robo coming up with the extra gases and the Phoenix, gonna be Phoenix Colossus.
It's your favorite composition, Papi. You love it.
I'm crying.
Aye. Yes, Phoenix Colossus is a very well-rounded composition in this matchup. It is, kind of, some would say, composition that really, why wouldn't you go for it? It's crazy, Papi. It's amazing.
It's unbeatable, especially on this map. If you do get yourself into a bit of a dicey position, you can always take the back base, so you can get a lot done with these two base openers.
Oh, you really can. Meanwhile, the Hellion tries to go for a little bit of a scout, does at least confirm the Robo, doesn't get eyes on the Robotic Spade, but he can put 2 and 2 together, especially with the gases being taken at the natural. So Nicoract does have a lot of the information that he needs, and oh my god, he's pulling the boys. He wants to end the game before it starts. Yeah,
really great decision here. Is just going to go for this tank push. This is something that's very effective on this map, very effective against this kind of build as well. So just going to send it, going to be rallying in tanks and Vikings as well. This is something that I've been seeing Hero Marine go for a lot as well. If he gets an eBay behind this as well, he can start to build turrets, which can be very useful.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, one SCV is going to trigger that stasis trap, beautifully done here by Nicoract. Meanwhile, we have one shield battery ready for this. We have a couple more on the way, but is it going to be enough? Robotic Space still not done. We're not going to have any splash damage, but we will have one Immortal.
Yeah, we see those bunkers going down right away. I really like the positioning of this tank. It's nice and far back, so it will be safe, but it can also start to pick away at these pylons at the front. But yeah, it looks like ForJumy just going to be going for it right away.
Oh, he's trying to get the tank. Is the repair going to be good enough? The overcharge is going to keep the Immortal alive, and the tank goes down.
Yeah, Overcharge and Phoenix. Name a better combo.
I can hear the smudge in your voice.
Yeah, that hurt me so bad. I've had so many games recently where I try to focus a Phoenix under a overcharged shield battery, and it's crazy.
It's unwinnable, puppy. We had the Phoenix.
Very good cleanup by ForJumy.
Very good cleanup. GG gets called, and ForJumy, mate, his reign will continue. He takes a 4th victory here, and he continues to be our king of the hill.
I'm so sad, man. I've been there before.
Smudge, puppy, Smudge. Again, the overcharge is a little bit too good. The tank wasn't picked up, I will say that. So you could argue maybe he could have tried to...
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say the tank wasn't in range of the shield battery, so there's no way he could have stopped it. Like, unless he had set up in a different position, as things were very difficult for him to break that natural base.
Yeah, 100%. And when you pull those SUVs, you do really just have to go for it. So kind of between a rock and a hard place there. And yeah, the shield battery overcharge just a little bit too good for ForJumy. The opening a little bit too good as well. He did very well at shutting down that initial Reaper Hellion pressure. So well done by ForJumy.
Definitely. Just shut it all down. Great defensive, reactive play as well. And with that, he's going to be able to get another win under his belt. Can anyone stop this man? Is the question. So far, no Protoss has been able to. No Terran either. Do we have any Zergs in the chat? Eba. Eba, are you there, Poppy? We need you. Oh my god.
You need a member of the champion race to show us how it's done.
Aye. We'll see. I see Krystianer in the chat as well, so I'm sure he's going to be making his debut a little bit later on. He is quite a regular in these tournaments.
Yeah, Krystianer is an extremely strong Protoss player. Actually, after that tournament that we had the other day where he did so well at the back end of the OSC, I went and looked him up, had a little bit of a look at his stats, and he's been extremely high on the EU ladder. I didn't realize just quite how high up he is.
Yeah, he's actually really good right now. Right now, he's kind of rivaling Geralt as the best Protoss in all of Poland. I know there's a lot of Mana fans out there as well. To be fair, there's a lot of strong Protoss in Poland. In general, Poland has become such a powerful nation. And Krystianer, I'm sure he's looking over in envy at ForJumy. He's like, let me in, Papi. let me at him. Yeah.
Yeah, just chomping at the bit to get in there to, do what the Terrans can't do. Show them what the Protoss can do.
Oh god! But it looks like Krystianer is gonna have to wait a little bit longer. We have another opponent. We are staying here in the European region. It's another Terran.
Here we go. Can any Terran take down this man?
Yeah,
we need Beyond.
We need Maru, Papi. We need Maru.
Yeah, get Maru.
Oh my god. I thought you were gonna be like, mate, stop sending these poor Terrans into their deaths, Papi. What are you doing? Like,
they're just trying to live.
They're just
give them Terrans. Let them win.
Oh god. Well, it is going to be the teammate of a previous Terran player that we had. Of course, we were featuring NoMercy earlier, but now it is time for Soon.
Yeah, there we go. We do see. I think that was the player that he played against actually, originally in that match on Eternal Empire. So another teammate from the Syntax clan. This is a clan that I've been seeing a bit more up and coming. I've been seeing a few players joining in on that clan, so one to watch out for, definitely.
Yeah, like their pickups are no pushover whatsoever, like kind of an underrated but very powerful team in the European region, so definitely look out for them. Oh boy. And yeah, we'll see if Soon can do what NoMercy couldn't. They're teammates, they're good friends. I'm sure that NoMercy was slipping into those DMs and maybe giving him a couple of tips, maybe giving him a little bit of advice, as the map has been chosen. It's the map that you wanted.
Oh, here we go. It's
Death Aura.
It's Death Aura.
But last, we will be diving into Everdream, of course, one of the other older maps in the map pool. We don't really see it too often, I'll be honest. Not necessarily a favorite of our players, but every now and then we do see it.
Yeah, and for the TVP, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how this one plays out. It does look like a little bit of a smaller map and a little bit more of an open map as well, so I do like this for the Terran.
Oh yeah, a wise choice here from our Terran player as we are loading on in. Fun fact, I think this is the first time I've seen a pro player actually use the Axiom logo as their portrait.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's got the Axiom portrait.
Yeah, he's a man after my own heart. He wants to make up for the TVT from the previous time.
As here he is. Spawning in the top right hand corner of the map for Centex, and in the red, this is Soon.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Everdream, we have the German Protoss player himself, the man that cannot be stopped by any mere Terran or Protoss. Oh my god, will his reign continue with 4 wins under his belt? It is ForJumy.
Here we go. Are we going to be seeing double gas coming out of the Terran? Are we going to be seeing no scout coming out of the Protoss?
So far, mate, we've got the double gas coming out from the Terran. So far, we've got the no scout coming out from the Protoss. Mate, it's almost as if you've played TVP before.
Unfortunately.
Oh, no. What do you mean? Isn't it like your best matchup? Am I crazy?
I think TVZ might be my best at the moment.
Yeah, of course it is. He got baited into it. He said it.
Animal.
Oh my god. But yeah, we'll see how this goes, especially on an older map, right? We were talking about it before, or you were mentioning some of the features of this map that can come into play here in favor of the Terran. We'll see what his plan is here and how he differs from his teammate NoMercy.
Yeah, this map's a lot bigger than I thought it was, actually.
We'll
see how it goes.
It's a Zerg map. I'll say that, okay? I will admit. Oh, God. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, so far, again, as you were saying earlier, double gas opener, we do have that factory coming out next soon, just scouring the edge of the map, looking for any kind of proxy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just going to be checking around for anything cheeky coming out from the Protoss, but it looks like the Protoss once again playing very safe, getting that Stargate, and that will line up nicely against the Reaper Hellion opening once again.
Oh, yeah, exactly. ForJumy kind of rolling the dice and rolling well here in some of these matchups. It makes sense as the map is a little bit larger to go for a Stargate opening. You know, we have a little bit more freedom. We have a little bit more map as well to make use of, to maneuver between. So yeah, solid choice here as, similar to his teammate, goes for a second Rax.
Yeah, so something a little bit different coming out, and we're going to see how this lines up against the Stargate opening. Yeah, so seeing extra axes being thrown down. Usually we don't see a starport with this. It's probably going to be a tank push, and that does do very well against Stargate opening. So maybe he was watching the last game and wanted to snipe this kind of build.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to add his own kind of changes here to the build that we saw from Nicoract. Meanwhile, at the same time, both Reapers are going to slip into the main base. Looking at the vision here, he does get a scout of the tech. He does spot the Oracle that's on the way. He gets a couple of probes.
Yeah, 2 probes going down, not really that great, but considering the openings, not too bad at all either. Is going to get that scout after all, and it does mean this Oracle can go across the map, but the Cyclone's going to be ready and in position for it.
Yeah, the Cyclone is already ready and waiting. Soon was able to scout earlier to confirm that the Oracle was indeed on the way. Cyclone just kind of waiting in between the bases here, and will he be able to deny the scout of those Raxes?
Yeah, so it does catch these units a little bit out of position, and it does look like a pretty long rotation to get back into the main as well, so could be losing a few more SCVs here.
Oh, and the Oracle does get into the main base. He confirms all the production. He sees 3 Raxes. He's fully aware of how aggressive Soon means to be.
Oh, but the Oracle goes down.
Wow.
That's a pretty big deal. That can be really helpful when defending this with the stasis traps, with the extra vision with the revelations.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of utility for ForJumy is now gone here as he goes straight for Robotics Bay. He wants to go for the Colossus as soon as possible. Can he get their third base thrown down as well? So yeah, taking up and being quite greedy here as a response. We'll see if he can get away with it. We'll see if Soon is still going to pull the trigger despite being scouted.
Yeah, and I'm pretty surprised actually to see that third going down. We're going to be having a few SCVs being pulled, and I think, yeah, with the stim and combat shields lining up soon, it should be a good time to move out.
I see what you did there, Papi. I see. Oh my god. So yeah, soon he's gonna be pushing out across the map here. His upgrade should be finishing up by the time the army gets across the map. What's interesting is that I assumed that he was gonna be a little bit more aggressive and pull more workers, but no, only a handful of boys here are with these tanks.
Yeah, just a few SCVs being pulled, especially with this kind of stim opening. You don't really need as much in terms of the bunkers. You just kind of want to get straight on in there. But it does look like he is going to be pushing pretty slowly, has those SCVs set up as well for the repairs, for the bunkers as well. So very conservative play coming out here.
Yeah, exactly. He's in a way slowing himself down, and that's going to give plenty of opportunity here for ForJumy to just get a couple more warpins coming in. We do see he's looking to try and pick up whatever he can as well. Phoenixes, they do move forward. They do pick up the tank.
Yeah, ForJumy going to go for it here. Does have that stim if he wants to use it. Nice timing there. Is very restrained with that. But both one of those tanks going down already is a little bit troublesome.
Yeah, exactly. And I hope this choke point doesn't work again soon here. The Nova's going to go off. Only connects with one Marine.
Yeah, and very nice placement on those bunkers. I was going to say I was a little bit worried that they were going to block off the tank from being in range, but the tank is in fact in range. And going to be getting a lot of damage on this Nexus here.
Oh, exactly. Meanwhile, the repair is not going to be good enough. One other tank is going to be going down. Oh, God.
Yeah, nice pick off and a little bit of a chicken over there, but Soon was watching, is able to get out of there. And this Nexus is in a lot of trouble. Shield battery overcharge has been forced, and it's time to go for ForJumy. Wow, those Marines evaporated.
The Marines were not long for this well. They die immediately. Tank is going to go down. There were no medevacs with this push, so there's no way to save any of these reinforcements. Soon has to turn around and get back home without losing too much here. Hopefully, he can hold on to this tank.
Yeah, it does look like this medevac's still a pretty long way away. We do see a third CC being started up as well, so does have a nice continuation back into this game. Isn't out of things yet, especially with this supply block coming out for ForJumy.
Oh, exactly. Meanwhile, ForJumy, oh, again, late to react here. Another Nova's going to be going off, not really connecting with too many of those Marines, but we do see both armies kind of deflecting off each other, and ForJumy has commenced that Colossus production.
Yeah, with Colossus and Charge on the way, definitely raising the quality of his army here, and it's going to be pretty difficult for Soon to get back into a macro game from behind here.
Yeah, it really will be. I mean, thankfully, he already has a third CC. He's going to be landing it on location on the low ground. As you can imagine, this area is quite open, especially once these rocks get cleared up as well. So it's going to be a bit of a tough ask to hold on to this base. But we do have some high ground here on the right-hand side. He is setting up. He is throwing down a couple of debuffs here for that Sim City.
Why did he pick this map? This map looks awful for GDP.
It's amazing. What do you mean? It's a beautiful map, okay? Oh my god. Shit. I just love the realization setting in. You're like, well, I mean, to be fair, you know, Soon, I don't think he really intended for the game to go on this long. Unfortunately, the push didn't deal as much damage as he would have liked, so he's in a really awkward position. But he's making the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah, if he was planning to push on the third like that, I can see why he picked this map, just because it's a bit choked up at the front there. But at the same time, this looks really rough now.
Yeah, we have a couple of scans being thrown down. He does have eyes on the army, but against 3 Colossi and a Disruptor at the same time, we have a bit of a Zealot runway. Thankfully, there are a couple of reinforcements to clean this up, but no, they will not clean it up. There is no bunker.
Yeah, great timing on the run by there by ForJumy. There's going to be a lot of SCVs going down, and that does force Soon to pull the trigger. Good splits, but wanders into the beams of the Colossus there.
Yeah, unfortunately, he split towards the army a little bit by accident there. A lot of Marines are going to be going down. At the same time, the Zealots have still not been cleaned up. Finally, they will go down. But before getting 16 of those SCVs, we have us around. The Zealots get on top of the army, and GG gets called.
GG. Well done by ForJumy there. Very nice defense.
Oh, very nice defense indeed. I do really appreciate the overall idea and then the game plan of Soon there, but I think we were both kind of a little bit surprised that when he did push out across the map, it was a bit of a he was kind of taking his time outside that third base. There wasn't a lot of pressure on him. There wasn't a lot of pressure on ForJumy either to set up his defenses and to be ready to receive Soon's push.
Yeah, and very well placed bunkers, but in the end doesn't finish building the second one at the front there as well. So ForJumy doing just enough, and very nice defense, has shown that he's quite adept when it comes to defending these all-ins from the Terrans.
Definitely. So beautifully done there by ForJumy. Again, his defense is quite strong in this matchup, as we have seen time and time again. Regardless of the map, regardless of the player, these two base all-ins struggle to work against this man. And now, who's going to come out? Who is going to try and stop him?
Every game so far that's had a Protoss in it, the Protoss is the one. Just putting that out there.
That's just facts. That's just
the facts.
Those are just...
I'm not even saying anything about it. Just putting it out there.
Just the numbers, they speak for themselves, you know?
You guys can come to your own conclusions. I don't want to tell you what to think.
Protoss, 100% win rate. And you know what? I got another number for you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Zerg
win rate?
0% win rate, papi.
Interesting.
Oh my god.
You can save the Zergs.
Very interesting indeed, as we are getting ready for our next game here. Oh my god, the contender is here. I was just talking about this race. This player, Demi, has arrived.
Here we go. Demi, a very powerful Zerg. There will be a little bit of a ping disadvantage as it is on the Europe server, but that's nothing that Demi can't overcome. I know he does practice a lot on EU, so he will be ready for this one.
Yeah, exactly. Despite hailing from our region, from Southeast Asia, as he does reside in India, he does get some decent ping to the land of Europe.
Yeah, that's right. And here he is, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, playing for Alpha X. It is the Indian Zerg in the red. This is Demi.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Nightshade, we have the German Protoss player himself. The Madman has won 5 games in a row. Can anyone stop this man? Can a Zerg stop this man? It is ForJumy.
Who can stop him? If not soon, maybe Varun.
Oh my god. When is the next rap album coming out, Asher? When is the
next one?
Yeah. After that hit
Follow
single.
Up to my head.
Under the Sea.
Under the Sea. Please don't sue me.
Are we gonna get a live recollection of the song? Is that what's happening right now? Is that...
No. As we see it, very standard opening coming out. We see the unnatural natural being taken in this extremely open third. These old maps are disgusting.
Oh, they are, the good old days, mate, when the maps made sense. But we do see that, again, ForJumy is going to go for a little bit of a scout here. I was looking to see if he could actually see the third base from the high ground, but no, he could not, so he does have to confirm that with his probe. But everything looking pretty on the up and up from Demi. I'm curious how ForJumy approaches this, though. Maybe I'm a little bit spoiled by Classic earlier today, but like every CVP we've seen is just Robo first. It's crazy. I want to see it again.
Yeah, I'm I'm expecting Stargate, but
Yeah.
I'd be happy to be pleasantly surprised.
I'm expecting it as well. I do believe that ForJumy is a lot more standard with his openers here in this matchup. Again, what we're referring to earlier today, we were casting ESL Open Cup Asia, and Classic lost his mind, made every single ZVP, bar one game. He opened up Rogo first, and he had a lot of variation there. I do hope that catches on a little bit. Like, again, very unique to Classic there.
I expect oracles in the wreckage.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's that time of night, but we're not going to be seeing a Stargate whatsoever. We're actually going to be seeing a Twilight Council coming out from ForJumy, so there is a potential, especially on the ping, for a nasty Glaives timing.
Oh, but speaking of a timing, Demi, he's done droning. 21 drones is all this madman needs. He does throw in these Ling Floods from time to time in a best of series, and this is a best of one, so why not just go for nothing but Lings?
Yeah, this is one way as well to handle issues with the ping. Just make Lings, just aim him. And yeah, considering the opening for ForJumy, considering that he's not going to be going for any oracles, any Stargate whatsoever, doesn't have any shield battery, I really like this for Demi here.
Yeah, ForJumy's in the dark. He hasn't been able to scout. He didn't send his adept across the map either. The Lings are here, and they will be busting through this Stalker. ForJumy has to respond. He has to wall off.
Yeah, has to go for a quick wall. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to. The battery goes down, but the battery is not going to be in time. There's so much damage being put out by the Lings. We do see that wall finished off there, so he is going to be able to get that finish, but the shield battery is going to be next in the firing line.
Yeah, exactly. The gateway goes down. If the cyber core falls, which it will, by the way, we cannot warp in any more depths, any more Stalkers. Glaives is not going to come into play this game.
Yeah, that shield battery does go down, so now the Adepts are taking damage. The Pylon is taking damage. Demi is getting into the meat of this Protoss army. Oh, and the wall is not a wall. He is in. And he has won the Builder Roulette.
Exactly. The wall is not a wall. It has been compromised. The Lings, they flood on in. And who could stop the Protoss? Not a Terran, not another Protoss. It had to be the Zerg, puppy. It had to be the Zerg from Southeast Asia. Vroom, vroom. Goes Vroom.
GG. There you go. Yeah, this is what happens when I play Protoss. I like to open with Twilight Council, and this is what happens like 50% of my games against Zerg.
Oh my god. Yeah, it happens. And again, Varun or Demi, he does whip out this build quite often in this matchup. I've seen him even beat Nightmare with it. Like, he can beat anyone if it goes unscattered. And we did see that ForJumy was rolling the dice, didn't have an oracle, he didn't move out with his first adept either. He was working off of very minimal scouting information. He was punished for it.
Yeah, I think he actually put that out 3 times in a best of 5 against Nightmare.
He did.
Not to bring that up, but
you're not wrong. He won 2 of those games.
he likes it.
Yeah,
he likes that build.
It's good. I should learn it. Oh boy.
Disgusting.
So with that, the king is dead, and all hail the new king, Demi, the king from Southeast Asia.
Yeah, Demi dethroning ForJumy. ForJumy with a really impressive run there. He's going to make a nice little bit of money for himself as well with the bounties from those 5 wins. But Demi gets that win, and so we're going to be seeing more Zerg.
Oh, we are. Demi is going to be able to begin his own reign here. A fair reign, a balanced reign, I would imagine. Not going to be anywhere near as tyrannical as some others.
Yes, you can imagine that if you want. I know you have a good imagination.
Aye. So I have to wonder who is going to come up next, and will we even see a long reign? Because we have seen time and time again that we can be in these kind of perpetual states of just new king followed by new king followed by new king.
It took me a while to realize that you were saying new king.
What do you think I was saying?
I guess if there's a Terran, he can nuke him. New king. New king.
You okay, Asher? You good? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see some Terran. I want to see some ghosts. I want to see some nuking.
You want to see some nuking. Okay.
Yes.
You hear what you want to hear. Yeah, it's
do.
a classic Terran. Oh god. I love you, Puffy. I love you.
Exactly right.
Oh god, as we are nearing the kind of a midpoint here, we're getting into game number 9. Of course, 15 games in total. And I also have to wonder, I have to wonder if we're going to venture outside of the realm, the region of Europe. Nah, we're staying, Poppy. And we're getting a brand new matchup.
Does that mean ZBZ?
Oh, mate, your deductive skills are unrivaled. That's what it means.
You have champion race versus champion race. Oh. So is it going to be YoungYakov? Is it going to be Eber? It is YoungYakov. Here we go.
Here we go. YoungYakov has revealed himself. He is here for the ZVZ. I'm sure he is rather disappointed. Fun fact, last week YoungYakov came out as well after winning in a ZVZ against Miyamika. We all know how that went. So now going up against another Southeast Asian Zerg. Aye.
Yeah, I expect this to be extremely wild.
I hope so. As yes, we are getting ready for another favorite of Asher's matchups. He is quite a CVZ enjoyer, if I do say so myself.
Yes, you can say so yourself, but you will be saying so on your own without a co-caster. Actually, I have played a few more ZBZs since when you came over and showed me that 17 build, and it's disgusting. Like, I almost beat a 4.7, I think, Zerg with it.
Oh my god. Yeah, man, how do you think I beat
really gross.
How do you think I beat Chappie?
Yeah, I feel like no matter who you're up against, if you just get a nice Bane connection at any point, the game's just over.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Oh my god. Yeah, we'll see if we get any aggression here. I was bringing up Miyamika earlier in Southeast Asia, but Demi is kind of one of the more tame Zerg players in the region. Your Miyamikas, your Enders, your Go Joeys, they're typically the more of the wild children, the more aggressive. Demi, he's more willing to hit kind of later timings, not really relying too much on the Ling Bane, maybe roaches or maybe more macro games.
Yeah, he does have his preferred units. He's a big Muta fan, at least in ZBT. I don't know how much of a Muta fan he is in ZBZ, but it'll be interesting to see if that's the kind of game that he pushes himself towards. I know that Mutas are extremely strong in this matchup.
Oh, they really can be, and if I know Demi, whenever he has a chance to, he will go for those Mutas. He is a bit of a Muta connoisseur in our region, but we'll see if he can get there in our next game.
Are a lot of broken units to choose from with this race, as here he is spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, playing for Alpha X, representing India, and in the red, it is Demi.
Terran Apologist has shown his true colors. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, getting 12 pools, we have the... Uh-oh. Are you with me?
He 12-pulled his router.
Oh no!
He 12-pulled his own router.
He 12-pulled his own router. No, that's the wrong one, Demi. That's the wrong one.
The other router.
It's the other router. Are
we good?
We have, representing CSO Esports, YoungYakov.
Oh. And he does go for a early pull, so maybe aware that Demi's a bit more cheeky and playing very safe, kind of winning out on the build order roulette here. This is probably the best build you can have coming up against a 12 pool.
Yeah, definitely. I have to say, I guess YoungYakov, he is familiar with the 12 pooling of the router timing. So that, I guess that tipped him off a little bit here to play a little bit safer. So yeah, a great start of the game for YoungYakov. Meanwhile, Demi, this is a little bit shocking. He did go for a 12 pool, but he is going for a pretty fast gas behind this.
Yeah, it doesn't look quite like the timing of a 12-11, but yeah, very fast cast for a 12 full. Usually, I don't know what it's like now, but the 12 full I learned, you go for very late gas. You go gasless for quite a long time, and I think that's fairly normal. So, might be seeing a fast bailing follow-up.
Yeah, we'll see what the gas is used for, whether it's Ling speed, whether it's even a Roach Warren as well. Very aggressive play coming out from Demi, and very difficult to scout as well. The Lings reveal themselves, they were scouted by the Overlord earlier, so YoungYakov is fully aware of the 12 pool timing. Demi also aware of the pool first, is going to trade as best he can, but again, he does have a follow-up plan.
Yeah, so he's gonna play a little bit of a mind game here. 6 Lings, we do have the 8 now, and 2 more coming. A pretty decent commitment for sure, but he does have a bit more of a follow-up plan than you normally see this early.
Yeah, I really like this because, again, he threw that in the gas geyser before his hatchery, so he will have a timing here where he has Ling speed over his opponent, YoungYakov, still working or just now starting his own Ling speed. Meanwhile, Demi did pull out, so he's not going to be going for a Baneling Nest. He's not going to be going for a Roach Warren. I have to wonder. Yep, there we go. More Lings are on the way.
Yeah, just going to be completely flooding speedlings here. So very interesting follow-up. Definitely something that is quite hard to scout as the opposing Zerg as well. You're usually expecting that you deal with the first 12 Lings and then you're safe for a little while after that.
Exactly. It's a little bit of a mind game here from Demi. Metagaming, if you will, but Lings are going to be moving out across the map for YoungYakov. This is pretty important. The scout of these Lings is going to be crucial here, and once he does get eyes on this, he has to respond and set up defensively.
Yeah, 100%. So it does have those Lings coming across the map. They are going to put a surround on this Queen. So, the Queen does go down for Demi.
Oh, exactly. And even though all these Lings got cleaned up, it was well worth it. At the same time, Demi's pulling the trigger with his own Lings. But no, he gets here a little bit too late. And the wall is up.
Oh, that's very unfortunate, the wall getting up there. Even denying that creep tumor so that he can reinforce this wall. Really nice move from YoungYakov though.
Yeah, we have a full wall up. He knows how all-in Demi is being right now. He's still flooding nothing but Lings across the map. But again, we have plenty of Queens. Oh, but this Evo chamber is going to go down.
Yeah, this is a familiar story. We're seeing a very similar situation as that last game.
Oh my god, exactly. Very similar indeed, but YoungYakov was able to scout, whereas ForJumy was not. Meanwhile, the wall still stands strong. More Lings are reinforcing behind this, and the Lings are they get surrounded!
We just sit around on the Queen. A couple of those Queens going down, but Demi just not able to get enough damage there, and GG is called.
GG is called. Well played, well done by YoungYakov there. Going to be able to respond very quickly, able to get a full wall up in the end, and the king is dead. All hail the new king, YoungYakov.
Yeah, YoungYakov managing to depose Demi just in that one game, and yeah, very nice defense coming out from him. A little bit unfortunate for Demi going up against the pool first with his 12 pool though.
Oh, yeah, exactly. A bit of a build order win there from YoungYakov. A great kind of adaptation from Demi, but we saw that in the end he did get scouted and he was just a little bit too, like 1 second too late. If you remember, he immediately went in with his Lings because he left Lings across the map, and his goal there was to make sure that the drones weren't able to get those Evos up and running. But a little bit mistimed. He wasn't able to get there in time to stop that wall. Just barely.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky there. It is, of course, game of fractions of seconds, the ZBZ here, and doesn't quite manage to get that done. So YoungYakov will be going on to face the next challenger, which probably won't be a Zerg.
Probably not. We don't have too many Zergs here. I feel like we've already gone through our typical Zerg representatives, Mixu, Demi, and YoungYakov. Eba could make an appearance though. I do know that Eba has signed up. He is an OSC Elite member, so hopefully we get to see him at some point today.
Eba, where are you, Bucky?
Eba! Oh my god. Yeah, but I don't know if I want another ZVZ though. I don't know if Asher can handle that.
I know that I don't.
Oh god. But
yeah, but I want to see a ZVT. I want to see more ZVT, to be honest.
Oh, yeah,
it's a fun matchup.
We did start the night with a bit of a ZVT. I would love to have another one. At the moment, we do have a Zerg, so you're saying you want another Terran player to show up?
Of course.
Always, Papi, always. Who are we missing? Who would you want to see here? Obviously there's Percival, of course. Percival is still an option. He's still out there somewhere.
Yeah, we got Percival. Does Baby Marine play in this?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Or what about the Honorable Monorable?
Hon Mono,
by the way. Yeah. I needed to help you out with that one.
I've never heard anyone call it. Do you call him that usually? Is that?
Yeah, the Honorable Monorable.
Oh god, yeah, Hon Mono would be great as well. I don't know if he's an OSC Elite member either, but I just got updated. We have an opponent apparently making his debut here in OSC King of the Hill.
Ooh, here we go. Very exciting. And who is it?
It's a Terran.
Let's go.
Wow, the boys are here. I have to give a special shout out to Senthex because apparently they are, very supportive. You know, they're letting their players know about these tournaments. We've seen NoMercy. We've seen soon. We have a new German Terran player here for the first time on the CranKy Ducklings. His name is SharKRippeR.
Oh, SharKRippeR it is. That's not a player that I've met either, so this will be very exciting to see what he can do.
Yeah, I have to wonder how influenced he is by his Senthex brethren. Not just that though, NoMercy and soon we saw them in TVPs, so this matchup is quite a bit different.
Yeah, for sure, and this is a matchup as well that can be a little bit difficult if you are the weaker player, which I'm not sure if he is, to be honest. Let's have a little cheeky peek.
Yeah, let's have a look at his ladder ranking. Let's have a look at his MMR.
Let's look at his last few games.
Oh,
did you win your last game? Yeah, it does look like there's a little bit of an MMR disadvantage, but there are some cheeky builds that you can go for to bridge those kind of gaps. You can go for BCs.
Are you trying to trigger me right now?
A little bit.
Oh, it's like, Halloween's over, Papi. Leave me alone.
I don't have hiccups. You do now.
You're gonna give me hiccups. But definitely there is a lot that can be done in this matchup, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner for the very first time on the CranKy Ducklings, for the very first time in OSC King of the Hill, representing Team Senthex, the German Terran, SharKRippeR.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about that name in a minute. But in the top left-hand corner of the map, playing for CSO Esports, in the blue, this is YoungYakov.
Current king of the hill, and this is a long name.
So my question is he a shark that does ripping, or does he rip sharks?
Oh. Or is he a baby shark? Oh my god, as we didn't even get to mention this, but YoungYakov, I believe he went for a gas first opener, gas pool, or pool gas.
Very aggressive opener coming out from YoungYakov. Few possibilities here. You can go for just a small speedling flood just to delay the natural of the Terran. If he does commit to that, going for 8 lings, you usually want to see the Terran cancelling that natural, rebuilding it on the high ground. The other thing that he could be going for here is a very fast Bane Bust. This is something that's a little bit unusual, but considering the MMR disadvantage might be something that he thinks he'd go for a easy win here. But no, we are seeing him pull off gas as he finishes up speed.
Yeah, he does leave one in gas, but it looks like because of this, he won't be going for a Bane Bust, he won't be going for Roaches. Looks like he's just going for Speedlings across the map. Meanwhile, thankfully, SharKRippeR did go for an SCV scout, so he's going to confirm the Lings and the timing of the hatchery. He is going to get plenty of scouting information, even go all the way into the main base, and may even get eyes on the gas.
Yeah, very important for him to go into the main base, click on that gas, see how much of it has been mined. He will see that there's only one on the gas there, sees that the Ling speed is researching as well, so I'm wondering if he's going to cancel this base here. It looks like instead just going to make Marines and opt to pull some SCVs to help with this.
Yeah, and this is a little bit dicey because obviously if he is unsuccessful when it comes to completing the CC, then he'll be forced to cancel and rebuild from the beginning up on top of the main base. So we'll see if that does transpire. The Lings are going to be dancing here with this Reaper, and it looks like the CC should finish up.
Yeah, it should just finish up. It looks like these Lings are going to slip in, try to stop that from occurring, and they are going to get the denial.
Wow, the denial is real. Meanwhile, we have a couple more Lings coming across the map. The Reaper taking a couple of hits here, but a lot of Lings have gone down. I do think that SharKRippeR should be relatively safe as the Speedlings are coming in once again.
Yeah, and the CC finishes. That is vital for him here.
Yeah, exactly. The Marines are going to be going down here, but the wall is a wall. The CC does complete. It shouldn't be really under any real threat. At least YoungYakov is going to be denying some mining here on the low ground. Dealing a lot of damage to this CC.
Yeah, this is actually a lot of minerals worth of damage going down here, but it looks like SharKRippeR values finishing that orbital, values as well, keeping those Lings busy there on the low ground, but this is a lot of mining time that's being denied.
Oh, and the Marines pop out on the wrong side of the wall here. They will not be able to get into the bunker. Two more Marines are going to be going down, but thankfully with the help, oh my god, the Ling was actually knocked up the ramp. But with the help of this Hellion, it looks like SharKRippeR will finally clean this up.
Yeah, good defense coming out there from SharKRippeR, actually. Finds himself in a pretty decent position, but at the same time, YoungYakov behind this is getting his third up and running. Both players with third bases, so I actually think this is quite an even game at this point.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the third CC is already done. It's being morphed into an orbital. It was, of course, a 1-1-1 kind of opener here from SharKRippeR. So, yeah, economically, he's not going to be too far behind. He will be able to catch up.
Yeah, we just see him pumping out these Hellions as well, so he's going to be prepared for this Baneling follow-up. Just getting a little bit of extra scouting with this Reaper as well. Looks like the Lings not going to be enough there to deny the scout on the Bane nest, so he knows that it's not going to be Roaches or anything like that. He can keep making a few more Hellions.
Definitely. And when I think SharKRippeR, I think of oh my god, I almost said Will Smith. I almost said Shark Tale. I think of Shark Bait from Finding Nemo. That's what I think of.
What about... I think of Sharknado.
I think. Have you seen Sharknado?
No. Absolutely not.
Thank God. When I hear Ripper, I think Beyblades. Like,
let it rip.
Yeah, like I was about to say, I don't know what your childhood was like because you keep saying you haven't watched stuff. But yeah, let it rip.
3, 2, 1.
I can't remember how the song goes.
I remember very clearly. Hopefully I get a small gap with no action there. There was a kid at my school who used to go around telling everyone that his big brother had like a real Beyblade, and the real Beyblades were like razor sharp, and if you put your finger in the Coliseum when it's fighting, you lose your finger. And I was like, I'm so scared, puppy. I didn't say puppy, but I wanted to.
Yeah. I remember people making ghetto Beyblades and like actually making them out of metal or making them out of like plastic and stuff like that just to play because they were a little bit expensive.
Yeah, I think I had like a knockoff version of one at one point. Like a really cheap version of it. And it would fall apart if you like pulled it too hard into the thing.
I remember I had a proper Beyblade, like that you would like a proper Beyblade, and And I was like, oh my god, I gotta be like the anime. And I was like, let it rip, and I smashed it against a brick wall. And it shattered. It was gorge, papi. It was it's not like the anime at all.
And I never had nice things ever again. Speaking of not having nice things, both of those Banshees going down for only 5 drones, not really worth it there, not what you want to see happening.
Yeah, exactly. 2 Banshees with Cloak invested for 5 workers, not what we want to be seeing here. So out of these openers, SharKRippeR is going to have a lot less map control. He still has a couple of Hellions here, and he's going to be able to stem the tide of this creep. But again, it does set himself behind.
Did SharKRippeR choose this map?
Yes.
We gotta have a chat with these Terrans.
Oh my god, you have such an issue with these Terran boys. Guys, why are we picking Everdream? Why are we picking Nightshade? Why are we what's happening, guys? Okay, we need to convene. We need to call the council, okay?
This map's so open. It looks like this third looks like the 4th of Romanticide. I remember the Romanticide 4th being so hard to hold.
Yeah, I agree. Like these maps. Well, I mean, there's a reason why these maps were chosen, especially in current map pools, just to favor some of the Zerg players here. Meanwhile, we have a little bit of a link run by, headed towards the 3rd base. The reaction is not quite there. At the same time, the army's pushing in with the Bailings.
Yeah, really good timing by YoungYakov, just sending in that run by while he knows SharKRippeR is busy. So SharKRippeR will be pulling back to the safety of this tank, but man, this tank is so far away from anything useful here. There's just too much creep in the way away from the bases, and so much open area in front of that base as well.
Exactly, it's so difficult for SharKRippeR, to kind of gain ground here and apply any pressure to any of the bases of YoungYakov. He's got his 4th base up and running. We have a 5th base on the way behind this 1-1, about to finish up for that next engagement. And SharKRippeR, like, the pressure is on him to push forward here, especially after losing all those workers.
And SharKRippeR is a pretty cool name too, but we do see a massive surround here off creep. Actually, not very good trades coming out from YoungYakov, and wow, that does give SharKRippeR a second life in this game.
Yeah, man. Again, he heard you. He's like, mate, there's a reason why I picked this map, okay? Because it just oozes Zerg overconfidence, Papi, as maybe as we do soon. 1 tank is going to be going down. We still have another tank, and SharKRippeR has made his way towards the base.
Yeah, this is a really nice spot for this tank as well, and that Hellbat is just going to be able to defend that, and looks like the base is going to have to be given up. YoungYakov does have that 5th base up and ready to go, so he's going to be able to transfer those drones over, does get that tank in the end as well, and might actually find this reinforcing tank. Very nice pickup there. Very
nice pickup indeed. YoungYakov just shutting down any kind of reinforcements here to help solidify this presence from SharKRippeR. Meanwhile, that 5th base is up and running. I guess now technically a 4th base. 2-2 finishes up, but SharKRippeR can hit a pretty strong timing with 2-2 of his own.
Yeah, that 2-2 is going to hit hard here. It looks like he's going very aggressive on 2 bases here. 3 bases here. And he's going to set up once again off creep. YoungYakov once again overextending slightly.
Yeah, exactly. Again, YoungYakov has to respect this army a little bit further. He has to be a little bit more patient here. He's going to be going for another one of these Ling run-bys, catching some of these reinforcements, but there may be some too many Marines. Oh, never mind. He's actually getting quite a lot of them.
Yeah, this is beautiful movement here with the Lings. Very, very nicely done by YoungYakov. He's just going to be able to cut off the reinforcements of the army, maybe even get a little bit of extra damage here. And this is a great way to play against these rally pushes.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, here we go, the main engagement. A lot of these queens are going to be going down here, but so far the Marines do stand strong. The Lings are still going uncontested, by the way, picking up even a couple of these depots.
I'm a little bit concerned here for SharKRippeR. He doesn't have any energy left on these medevacs, so any stim is going to be doing a huge amount of damage to his forces here.
Yeah, and on top of that, with the death of those depots, he just now starts them. He is heavily supply blocked. He cannot produce anymore. What you see is what you get for the next couple of moments. Meanwhile, YoungYakov reinforcing, making as much Ling Bane as possible.
Oh, he's even got some Burrowed Banes there, just on the edge of those liberation zones, and that can be really nasty if SharKRippeR does start to push forward into this base, and just such a horrible open area here to push into.
Yeah, and at the same time we see another Ling run by. No, the depot's under threat. He's gonna get supply blocked again, Papias. Oh, the Marines are pushing on forward again. He has to be very careful. Does scan, does spot those mines.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate, scans it, but isn't quite fast enough to react, so they will be making those connections there. But at the same time, he has found himself with a bit of a threatening position here on this base.
Yeah, definitely. But you know what? In a couple of seconds, as these deepers go down, 2-2 is going to finish up for YoungYakov. He will be able to equalize in those upgrades. He just has to be a little bit more patient. Wait 10 more seconds.
Yeah, we do see that timer going down on the 2-2. See that Spore coming up as well, so that's going to help defend against the Liberators. We have a good amount of Hydras as well, but he's going to pull the trigger now. Even with those morphing in Banelings, here we go.
Yeah, exactly. 2-2 is now completed. He's pushing deep off of creep. He does get one tank. He does get the Liberator, but he loses a lot of his Ling Bane.
Yeah, once again, a little bit of an overextension. I have to wonder if it would have been a better idea just to wait for his extra Banelings to finish up. Does force a lot of stims out of these Marines, and they will not be healing up due to the low energy on these medevacs, but SharKRippeR is getting ever closer to this base here.
Oh god, he really is. Meanwhile, once again, YoungYakov is going to be pulling the trigger here. The tanks this time are going to be going down. The Banelings do connect with him. A lot of the Marines are going to be able to survive, but again, where is their backbone? He only has a single tank remaining.
Yeah, only one tank left. It's very hard to know how to proceed here as SharKRippeR. He has been doing so well in this game, but I think he's finally run out of steam here.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit overstimmed as well. The tank is going to go down. Ling Bane does find their connections with that Marine army, and with even maybe an overly large Hydra force. There's just too much Zerg.
Yeah, huge Bane connections there. GG, but man, props to SharKRippeR there. Pretty significant MMR disadvantage between these two players, and he made a really good showing of that. That was a very close game. Very well done.
Yeah, definitely. I do think that if YoungYakov wasn't going for these constant run-bys, I do think that SharKRippeR may have even broken YoungYakov's fourth base once again, and we would have seen a very different game. The Ling run-bys were key, though, I feel, in the defense of YoungYakov.
Yeah, exactly. That was extremely well done. And I have to wonder as well, just with the openness of the position that he was pushing through at that last moment there, if he might have had a bit more success if he was able to push a different base or even a different map. So I think that did come into it a little bit. But if he did choose that map for our enjoyment to see a map that we don't see very often, I'd definitely appreciate that as well.
Yes, thank you so much, SharKRippeR, if he did do that for the people in the chat. So thank you for showing off Nightshade and showing yourself off in general, because, you know, I was quite impressed here with his play. I would love to see more. I would love to see a longer series, so hopefully SharKRippeR does become a little bit more active in the online tournament scene, and yeah, we get to see more of his games.
Yeah, really good showing. Very good Marine control in that game.
Yeah, definitely. With that, YoungYakov is able to hold on once again, is able to hold on to his crown, and I believe, let me just double check here on Wikipedia, but yes, I believe we are now 2/3 of the way through the broadcast. 10 matches are completed, 5 more remaining, and this is where I ask you, Asher, are you good to continue?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Oh.
It is getting quite late here in the land of Australia, and this isn't our first cast of the day. We were casting earlier today as well, so, you know, if you're ever tired, just let us know. It's okay, Papi. We have some other CranKy casters waiting on the bench just in case.
My automaticus.
You're an animal. Oh my god. You're like, let's double down, Papi. Let's order some macas. Let's boil up some water. Let's get some coffee going. I'm actually going to stream right after this cast as well.
yeah. I'm going to be streaming until 5 a.m.
Oh, no. And then we're going to cast BTL together. Let's go.
We're going to cast Caprilli teammate.
Animal, Papi, animal. Oh god. Shaking my head. As we are gonna go to the land of the Americas, mate. It's time.
Guess what, lad?
What's up?
You know what I did before this game? I mean, before this cast?
You pet Rufus.
Yes. Do you know what else I did before this cast?
What did you do?
I turned my firewalls off.
Oh! Why?
for the cast.
Okay. I thought you were gonna be. Did you ladder? Like, oh my god.
No.
Okay.
Not that crazy.
Oh my god. Yo, Asher, he's ready to cast, mate. He is ready to not just go to Europe, to go to East Coast, to the West Coast, to the central of it, to Brazil. We could even go to Brazil, mate. Crazy. Do you have Brazil blocked?
I don't even block it. I've never gotten it before.
Fair enough. Oh god. But it is time for another Terran player just for you, Papi. We've been talking about him all night. We know he's been lurking in the shadows. A terrifying player, the Korean Terran. What'd you call him? Honjo Monjo? What'd you...
Honorable Honorable.
What are you saying?
It's Hon Mono. Hon stands for honorable. And Mono stands for monorable.
Monorable. Oh, that clears it up. That makes sense, Papi. That makes sense.
I'm glad you've seen the light.
Oh my god. It is, of course, Percival. Percival is coming.
Oh, wait. He told me it was Mono.
I just wanted you to go for the tangent like that. That's all I wanted.
You're an animal.
Aye.
Oh, what an emotional roller coaster.
There were twists, there were turns. You know, we made friends along the way, enemies as well. But now we get what you wanted. TVZ, Papi. TVZ.
We had to leave a few friends behind, you know. Just what happens. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah. But no family. Not family.
We never leave behind family.
Never.
Are you okay?
Never leave a baby behind.
Oh no. This is where we say goodbye to Kuro. Kuro's gonna check out for the day.
Oh no. Don't like this, Papi. Don't like this.
Yeah, but I am very excited to see this because, well, for one reason and one reason only, because I like seeing Percival 3 racks. It makes me happy. Mm-hmm. it vindicates me.
Oh no. It does something special for not just you but all the Terrans out there, Papi. Aye. But yeah, Percival, like he has his own way of playing. Like he's arguably a hyper aggressive, one of the most aggressive Terran players in Korea. There's quite a number of them. It's always a lot of fun to watch him display his skill here in OSC King of the Hill. And whenever he does show up, he usually does kind of leave his mark and yeah, go on a bit of a tear.
Yeah, exactly. He's a player that does like to show off his micro, does like to kind of finesse his way through these matchups and just take control of the game very early and make it a bit of a stomp either way. Mm-hmm. So I think that should be very exciting. I think we'll see similar kind of setup to last game, a lot of Ling Bane against Marine Micro, so should be an exciting one to watch.
Definitely. I cannot wait. Oh boy, as yeah, we're gonna be waiting here for our players to show up. I also love how Eba's turning on his own in the chat. Never mind, Zerg is broken, Papi.
His own? Eba's a Protoss player.
Right, like man, he's been off racing so much. Like, who even are you? What's been happening? I'm worried. I'm scared. You know when I look at Eba, you know what I see? You know what I see? I see Starduck, Papi. I can see some remnants of Starduck. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, like first it's Protoss, then it's Hearthstone Battlegrounds, and then suddenly Eba's gonna be like, hey, Liat, have you heard of this game called KS2?
I'm gonna end it all, mate, if that happens. I'm gonna... Not another son, Papi, not another one. What have I done?
Aye.
Oh, God. Yeah, a little bit of backstory. I guess you may have heard it already as well, but Starduck was originally a Zerg player. He was originally a Zerg player.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh dear, mistakes were made.
I thought you were saying that. Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. Or maybe someone told me that at some point, but yeah. I hope he regrets that decision.
Yeah, he started as a Zerg, and then after like he used to compete in Duckling Open. After like a year of competing in Duckling Open, he switched to Protoss, and like immediately he shot up into Masters, and he was playing an MSO.
I think the same thing actually happened with Azure, but he will tell you that he should have stuck with Protoss.
Oh my! I mean, I'm sure Starduck would say the same. To be honest,
I definitely know that he would say the same. No doubt in my mind.
Smooch, puppy, smooch. But yeah, there's some long history, some backstory there with Starduck that we do have. Oh.
Yeah, that's right. But as you said that you can't wait anymore, we are in fact waiting.
I know. So for those wondering, we do apologize for the delayed start here, but we are waiting for Percival to show his face. He was supposed to be up here next against YoungYakov, but he seems to be a little bit MIA. So he's got a couple of minutes. If he doesn't show up, he will be replaced by another player.
I want to see Percival, puppy. Fingers crossed.
I mean, I want to see him I want to see his EVT as well. To be fair, like I would love to get his EVT inside me, but you know, we're just we're at the behest of the players here. Who is gonna be next? You know, Eba's in the chat, Krystianer's in the chat as well. A lot of these players, they're waiting. They're salad. They want a piece of YoungYakov, Papi. They want him, Papi. They want him.
Yeah, possibly Percival heard that he was up against a Zerg and he said, you know what? I'm busy that day.
Unwinnable, Papi. Unwinnable. Ay. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we get to see him. Otherwise, Krystianer is here in the chat as well, so maybe he will be looking to replace. We still have a couple of games remaining tonight. Just quickly double checking. Yes, we still have 5 games left.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we haven't had to reuse any players yet. We've got a very extensive roster, having almost enough players to fill out the full 15. So this has been a popular tournament. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it's been really great to see the turnout. There's a lot of love from the European scene, as we've seen. Only just now delving into the land of North America. I do also know that a lot of players have been busy because we did actually run over the Africa Champions Cup. So some of the higher tier players were busy with that. I think, am I crazy? It was Björn was playing in that, right?
Which one?
The Africa Champions Cup.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah. So because of course he was. Of course he was. So because of that, unfortunately, he probably wasn't available for this tournament. But I'm sure he will be here in future editions, in future weeks, as long as we don't have any kind of scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, I was fully aware of that every time I said we need Björn. Pull him out of the tournament. We need him.
Pull him out, Poppy. Pull him out. He needs to earn his lunch money here, okay? It's fine. Give me some Björn versus SharKRippeR. That's what I want.
Ooh, that would be exciting.
Oh boy. But yeah, we still got a couple of minutes here remaining before we decide to cut him off. Oh god. Which is a bit of a shame. Like I'm a big Percival fan. Big fan. He's got a good stream as well.
Yeah, he does. I really like his music, but I still don't fully understand why it's always live versions of the song. I'd love to know. Because his taste in music's like really dope, but it's like exclusively live recordings. It's fascinating.
Maybe it's a way. I don't know if this works. Maybe it's a way to get away from like muted VODs, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, probably.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing, or maybe he just wants to feel like he's in the crowd.
Yeah, he just wants to hear the crowd cheering.
Yeah. They're cheering for him.
They're cheering for me. They're like, stim. Woo! Encore.
Take it off. Oh god. Percival does have luscious hair though. I love his hair. It's
okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful, Bobby. It's beautiful.
I feel like this is the way of the world. The ones with the luscious curly hair. They're very jealous of the ones with like very straight, like slick locks. And then the other way around. I bet if Percival was watching the stream right now, he'd be like, "Oh, those curls of light. I wish I had those curls."
I know that we can't see you right now. We are, of course, looking at Rufus, the majestic creature that is the Rufio. But have you ever grown your hair out?
Yeah, I have. It gets really curly.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Does it go up or does it go down? Where does it go?
It goes up.
Oh my god. Interesting.
I remember in high school, it was really popular to have a side fringe. And I had like a really curly side fringe.
How does that make
kind of funny.
How does that make any sense? So yeah, I understand.
And it kind of like,
it
it'd like roll down to the side.
You
like
had
ringlets.
A curly side fringe.
Yeah. It was good. I kind of liked it.
Interesting. But everything else was short.
No.
Okay.
No, I just needed a haircut quite badly.
I see. I thought you intentionally were growing out the fringe specifically, and that's it. But no, everything was.
I've done that before.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had
back when I touched grass and went outside.
Back when you went outside. Oh god. As we are going to be heading over to the land of Europe, just quickly letting you know so we can hop on over. But yeah, I've also grown out my hair as well, and I also get I get stages of like ringlets going down, and I've also had like long ringlets here covering my eyes. Yeah, it's just me being lazy though. It's not like I wanted it. I just need a haircut.
Yeah, there's a stage where it like boofs up in the middle, like right in the center. It gets a bit much.
Yeah. Like we're like hair brothers.
We're hair brothers. Yeah, I was about to
say. We both came up with a stupid thing to say.
Yeah, it's not the first time.
True. Aye. That's when you know we really are getting sleep deprived. It's oh boy.
The hive mind.
The hive mind. The brain cells, they're merging, puppy. Oh boy.
The brain cell. We can't decide whose turn it is with the brain cells, so we get to share.
We get to share, and everyone suffers.
But most of all, Kuro suffers.
Aye. Well, we have confirmation that yes, Percival is going to be replaced. Obviously, he can join later on for some of the remaining games, but for now, I apologize. We are not seeing a Terran. We are instead seeing a Protoss.
That's alright. We can watch some PvZ. I'm okay with that.
Right.
Is it Eba? Is the Protoss Eba?
It's Spirit's back. He's back as Protoss once again.
Is he?
No. It is going to be Exostriker.
Ooh. Nice. So we are going to be seeing a bit of PvZ action on Eternal Empire as well. So finally, I approve of the challenging player's choice of map.
Oh, yes. It makes a lot of sense. Does it? It's a Protoss that's challenge. What?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Isn't it high ground for your third?
It is.
I feel like this is good for that like Gateway Warlock style.
It is. Do we want that?
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen it in a while.
Okay, let's go. As we're
okay.
For the first time tonight, we are going to be loading into Eternal Empire.
And also, for the first time tonight, we have spawning up in the top right-hand corner of the map, playing for Alpha X in the yellow, the Protoss. It is Exostriker.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire, we have the red Zerg player himself representing CSO Esports, the current king of the hill. It is YoungYakov.
Are the drones kind of different on this map? Like, watch them mining. They kind of like jump up a bit and then land down on the minerals. I'm going crazy.
I don't know what you're saying.
It's finally happened.
I don't
No,
know.
they're doing it.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
The jumping?
Yeah, they're kind of like floating up and then falling down onto the minerals. Yeah, did you see that one jump up at the top? I really hope someone in the chat's seen this as well. I might be finally losing it.
You're hallucinating, puppy. Oh my god. What was in that fettuccine? What was...
What will be in the Macca's? But we do see the Pro Press coming out. Not going to be in there fast enough to deny the natural there. So we will have the natural coming down for YoungYakov. But apart from that, going to be pretty standard openings coming out from both players. Just going to be waiting to see what the first tech choice of the Protoss will be.
Yeah, exactly. So far, they're saying that as you were saying, talking a little bit about the map itself, if you are relatively new to StarCraft and if you haven't played or seen Eternal Empire before, it is big. It is massive. We got Zelnaga towers, we got bases towards the bottom right hand corner, we got choke points coming in towards the natural as well, so it can be very, very defensible, especially taking your third and arguably taking your fourth, depending on which location you decide to take said fourth base. But because of that, we could be seeing a much more drawn out macro game, depending on how Exostriker does open.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think it will be a bit more of a drawn-out macro game. We do see that Stargate going down in a pretty forward position, so I'm expecting to see Oracles as the opening as well, due to that positioning. And yeah, as you were saying, very defensible. If that's fully walled off, that's kind of crazy. You get a 2-building wall off that.
There's no way.
I don't think it is.
No. There's holes everywhere. That's oh, wait, is there a hole between the cyber core and the gateway? Actually?
Yeah, I think there's one between the cyber core and the gateway, but not one above the gateway.
Yeah, not one above the gateway. There's a hole definitely between the rocks and the cyber core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Huh. But I'm not convinced if there's a hole between the buildings themselves. We'll have to find out.
There we go. As we do see it, 2 adepts being committed across the map are going to be jumping straight on top of these drones. Do catch the Lings a little bit out of position, so we do see one of those drones going down. Nice focus fire on these Lings as well.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of these things are going to be going down, but one adept does end up falling. The second adept is going to go down as well, so nicely handled here by YoungYakov. Only losing a single drone in the end. Not bad here. Quickly checking his vision, though. He still hasn't gone into the main base. He has a couple of overlords in position, but he's still a little bit unaware about the Oracle that's going to be on the way. Or that is here.
Yeah, we do see spores coming down at a pretty nice time for him. They are going to be a little bit slow to deny this Oracle, so we're going to see 2 of those drones going down, and the Oracle getting out with its shields intact.
Oh. Yeah, we'll be able to get out after those 2 drone kills. Meanwhile, YoungYakov going for a pretty standard response, is going for his Evo chamber, so this should be for +1 melee. This should be him getting ready for that hero style. Meanwhile, oh, there was a gap here, so he is going to have to plug up that wall in the end, and now the wall is a wall.
Yeah. It's not the prettiest wall, but this is what happens when it's a map that you haven't played on that much, when you haven't been referring to Gemini's wall-off guides in a little while.
Yeah, I'm sure Gemini's wall-off guides are still out there for this map, by the way. I'm sure they still do exist. But there is that +1 melee. As we were assuming here, it is great against, that Blink Stalker style. If Exostriker does head in that direction, third base is going to be on the way. A little bit late, though, not going to lie. Typically, we want to go for this a little bit faster, typically when that second Oracle does pop.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely on the later side there, but we just see his Oracle starting to move out as well. And as you were saying, this +1 melee style has been very popular for the Zergs. Meanwhile, we do see the Forge and the Twilight going up, so wouldn't be too surprised to see this Blink +1 getting started up as well and going into the hero style that we have been seeing a lot of.
Yeah, that should be where we go, as a couple more gates are going to be throwing down. The Robo is throwing me off a little bit, but I do know that a lot of the Europeans have been going for different variations of this to try and supplement for those Stalkers. +1 is started. Overlord is going to go down, and there is that Blink.
Yeah, there we go. Blink going to be good, chronoed out, so should be expecting to see a nice squad of Blink Stalkers being built up to pair up with those Oracles, start trading with the units of the Zerg back and forth. Also expecting to see a pretty fast fourth. I'm surprised not to see that going down yet.
Oh my god, and we see why, because YoungYakov is going to be going all in. He's going to be losing 5 drones here in the main base. Oh, the Oracles do barely manage to survive. At the same time, we have a little bit of a Ling run by. It is going to force the overcharge here at this base. And we are sticking around a little bit longer, as mate, we got some Dropper Lords, and we got Overlord speed.
Yeah, those are some beautiful force fields coming out from Exostriker, but that does mean that he's going to have less when it comes to defending this attack. The Oracle's doing a very good job. This is one of their key purposes, is getting scouting of anything cheeky like this, and they are going to be back just in time to deal with these Lings as well. Very nice force field once again. Isn't going to be fully denying those Lings, but the Overlord goes down.
The Overlord goes down. Both Queens go down as well. This was very mistimed here from YoungYakov. The second Overlord is going to go down as well.
Oh no, that's 3 Queens going down for free inside the Overlords. All the rest of the Queens being cleaned up quite effortlessly as well. And this has been a very one-sided defense in the favor of Exostriker here.
It really have. YoungYakov was so committed here, and that Exostriker is far ahead in the probe count, in the worker count, in the economy. YoungYakov is going to try and transition. He's droning. He's trying to expand here, trying to take another base, but that was a massive loss.
Yeah, and meanwhile, we see a lot of gateways going down for the Protoss. I think he's just going to go all in off 3 bases here.
Yeah, he's going to be looking to hit a bit of a timing. It looks like Blink and +1 are going to finish up with that Robo. We can get a Prism out. There we go. It's already here. We even have some Immortals. And yeah, YoungYakov, what is he going to have to defend? He is making Roach Ravager. He's working on +2. +2 is halfway done. But is he going to have the units he needs to hold on to his bases, to his 4th or even 3rd?
Yeah, we do have the Protoss heading in here to this 4th base. We've got a few Immortals, got a good amount of energy on those sentries, as well as all 3 Oracles being kept alive throughout this game. So this is a very well-rounded Protoss army.
It really is. The base goes down immediately. There was we were in the midst of a Ling run by, has to turn around, has to come back home. We only have 2 Ravagers to defend. That's nowhere near going to be enough.
Yeah, nice force fields as well are just going to start to make it a little bit more difficult for this Zerg army to commit here, but it looks like the numbers are just overwhelming in favor of the Protoss.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, 10 workers are going to go down. This base is going to go down as well. Ravagers are trying to try and buy a little bit of time and force the army back, but we have an aggressive Blink on forward here. Exostriker, he knows he has enough.
Yeah, there we go. G is called. Exostriker taking down the Zerg, and yeah, very nicely done there. Is going to be able to end the reign of YoungYakov.
Wow, GG, well played. The king is dead. All hail the new king, Exostriker. A lot of the onus of that game was, of course, on the Zerg. YoungYakov, he was going for a Ling Queen all in with Dropper Lords, but very, very mishandled there. Just overextending with those Overlords. He didn't have any support for them, so when they showed up, like, there wasn't really much to stop Exostriker from just focusing them down and killing them before the Queens were able to unload.
Yeah, and props to Exostriker as well. Really nice positioning with his units and very nice force fields from that initial Ling Flood on his 3rd, keeping that shield battery alive with the overcharge, keeping his sentries all safe. Just very well done overall, and sniffing out that attack as well, not going for a fast 4th.
Oh yeah, very nicely done in the end. And with that, we are going to be remaining here in the land of Europa. We have our next player. He has been patiently waiting for quite some time. He was even being active in the chat earlier. We are going to be featuring another one of the Polish Protoss players. It is not going to be Iba. It is going to be Krystianer.
Yeah, either switching to Protoss would be interesting, but switching to Polish would be even more interesting.
We are announcing Eba's marriage. He is getting his green card. He is moving to Poland.
Green card.
I don't know what color the card is, okay? I shaking my head.
His red and white card.
There you go. There you go.
Why not?
But yeah, it is going to be a PvP. Ooh, and the matches are running out. Are we going? Is Eba gonna even come out tonight? Is he even?
Where is he?
Huh?
Where is he hiding?
Shaking my head. Shaking my head. Oh.
Who is gonna be next?
Here we go. It looks like our vetoes are coming in. Ooh, Exostriker decides to veto Tropical Sacrifice.
Yeah, actually, we haven't seen Tropical Sacrifice in a little while. We haven't said hello to our little friend in so long.
He's gonna think we hate him.
I mean, you hate him, so it's not wrong.
It's true. It's true. I mean, it is a Terran map.
Apparently.
Oh my god, what are you saying? Weren't you looking at your win rates the other day? What are you trying to say here? Was it Tropical that you had like the highest win rate?
Way higher. It was like 25 and 8 or something.
Oh my, exactly. What do you mean?
Look, maybe I'm just doing stuff wrong, you know? I'm not a real Terran.
There you go. There you go. Just built different, Papi.
True.
Not better or worse, just different.
Just different. Just special in my own little way. As did you have this PvP lined up for inside and out, I just realized that you absolutely told me which player it was gonna be.
Were you waiting? Were you like, why is this guy not telling me who it is?
Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
Oh dear. As we do have Krystianer, the player who last time I was casting this 2 weeks ago made a very deep run. I think it was 5 games in a row to wrap things up. So very nicely done.
Yeah. He kind of mopped everything up towards the end. He cleaned up, he cleaned house, and didn't let anyone touch that crown. So, oh boy, we'll see if he can do that once again, because he's in a PvP and these can get wild, they'll get crazy. The real question is, Exostriker, I feel like every PvP that I've casted from him, he goes for a proxy robo. Like at least once in a series, at least once.
And it's a best of one, so he has to play it.
He has to. There's no other. He has no other choice.
Ooh, as here we go, we are seeing.
Oh my god.
Beeps. We are getting into the game. We do see that ramp map getting started up. So, do you have the potential for one get expands out of the players as well?
Oh my god, hold on.
We're getting
updates in the chat. I'm not old enough for that, Papi. Is there do you have to be a certain age to get married? Is that a thing?
Yes. What the hell?
I just never thought about it. Oh my god.
As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map.
18 apparently. You gotta be 18 here. Wow, there you go. Oh wait, no, 16. Go for it.
We do have the big Protoss playing for Blazer. This is the Polish Protoss. It is Krystianer.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the yellow Protoss player himself representing Alpha X. It is Exostriker.
Get some monka asses in the chat as we teach light about consent.
Speaking of consent, it does say here that there are it does depend if you get consent from your parents or legal guardians. You know, there can be some, you know, maybe I could give Eba away to get that Polish citizenship. Legally, I could do it.
I'm his legal puppy. Like, what does that mean? It means whatever you want it to mean.
I have the power. The judge looks at me. What the hell are you on, me?
You're going away for a long time.
Oh my god. You're never gonna see the light of day again. Joke's on you. I am light.
I am light. Jesus. As we do see, I think he is actually going to proxy a robo. Incredible.
Every PvP goes for a proxy robo. It's crazy, puppy. It's crazy.
Yeah, but meanwhile for Krystianer, we're seeing he is not playing into this one-gate meta on this map. We did have it almost being faked out by Exostriker going for the low ground, but actually going 2-gate. For Krystianer, just going to be going for a very traditional high ground wall off, and I think this is going to favor him against the particular opening of Exostriker.
Oh, yeah, I do think so as well. Again, Krystianer going to be playing this out very safe. Meanwhile, there is that robo. Oh boy, how did we know? We cast a lot of Exostriker.
The chat's catching up.
What's happening in the chat? What's Ay. We'll make
looks
it
like
happen,
you are. I don't condone this message. It looks like we do have Krystianer quite aware of the kind of builds that Exostriker likes to go for. He's actually going for the robo of his own on the high ground, so playing things very safe here.
There you go, mate. He's playing it very safe, going for his own robo, so he can respond with his own immortals of choice. Meanwhile, we do see him scouting across map with a couple of adepts. We have a full wall up here. This is very suspect. Again, Krystianer, I'm sure, reading this very well, and we should be seeing a prism.
Yeah, interesting. Maybe Krystianer looking to be a little bit aggressive himself. He does got that full wall off, so we are seeing him making stalkers. We see a battery on the high ground as well, so that has to indicate that he's aware that he needs to be a bit more defensive here. I do like the prism as well, just for the micro potential of the juggling with those stalkers.
Yeah, it does mean that they have pseudo blink available to them. There is that first immortal on the way. Again, Krystianer fully aware of the aggression. Looking at his vision, he did actually scout the proxy robo as well. So now he's going to be getting ready to receive. Not just that, actually going to be going across the map with this war prism, basically going to force Exostriker even more all in.
Yeah, this is not what I was expecting at all. So instead of keeping that at home for the pseudo blink on the stalkers, he's just going to be sending that straight across the map, getting a few adepts into that back door there. If they can sync up their shots as well, they will be able to DPS the probes down despite the battery. But we are seeing a little bit of an elevator by Exostriker into the main here, and this is where things can get pretty dicey here for the Protoss.
Exactly. Force field gets thrown down a little bit misplaced here. I'm sure he wanted to try and dive on top of that immortal, doesn't get it in the end. At the same time, we have double adept into the main base. We have one stalker to defend and a shield battery, but probes are falling.
Yeah, nice Tiger Fire coming out there, and very good defense on the front as well, using those force fields just to cut off the units from the safety of the prism, and he completely denies that high ground. All those units so battered and bruised, and things are looking pretty dicey here for Exostriker as he tries to defend back at home, which he has not quite been able to do yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was forced to waste his warp in here defensively, and he's still going to be losing even more of these probes. Finally, the stalkers are going to respond, but again, he needs to focus on this main push. He needs to somehow break Krystianer.
Yeah, and this is why I love this decision by Krystianer to go for the high ground wall off. It means that he is able to just concentrate all of his defenses in one place here.
Oh my god, exactly. Meanwhile, the gateway is going to be a little bit under threat, but again, he just doesn't have the firepower. He just doesn't have the numbers. Krystianer slowly is going to be able to take a supply lead.
Yeah, he's just picking away at these gateway units at the front, and he's done enough damage now that he can just go for it. He is charging down his own ramp, and he is pushing back the attack of Exostriker.
Yeah, but you know, we have a disruptor coming out. The Nova is not going to connect, though. We have focus fire. The prism is going to be going down for Krystianer, but he still has his immortals. He can still micro his hard. He can still focus the units down, and now we only have one immortal and one disruptor left for Exostriker.
Yeah, that is all he has left, and there is a full army for Krystianer, so Krystianer will be taking that one down. GG is called.
GG, well played. Exostriker did well getting a point on the board at claiming that throne, but Krystianer takes it back because he is, of course, one of the best out there in OSC King of the Hill.
Yeah, exactly. So Krystianer once again threatening to make a nice little run to finish off this event.
Oh yeah, that is going to be his goal here. Can anyone stop him? Do we have a Polish Protoss player in the chat that can do it?
Do we have a Polish by marriage Protoss player in the chat? Do we have anyone in the chat who could become Polish in the next hour or so?
Oh my god. We will find out because we have 3 series remaining. We have 3 best of ones left. Krystianer, he has to work through them all here to get that big payday, or will he be stopped? Will we be seeing some returning players, right? If you remember, originally Geralt and Percival were supposed to be competing today, but they were missing in action at the time. But if they're here now, now is the time to show yourself.
Did Percival go to bed?
Oh. And he just messaged me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He said the future Polish prodigy Eba is next.
Let's go.
Oh no.
Is that even how that works? Like, can you become Polish by marriage? I don't think that's how that works.
What do you mean?
Is it?
It's a step towards citizenship. It's a step. It's definitely a step.
Okay.
I don't think you get it automatically. I don't think that's how it works. Oh my god. Oh boy. But yes, as we were just saying, Eba is finally gonna be showing off here.
Eba. Your son, because you decided it was so.
Yes, one of many is here. He has had plenty of time to prepare, to warm up, to get some food, to get some breakfast, and to finally come out here against Krystianer. Unfortunately, man, he's got a pretty big name to try and bring down.
Just imagining the judge being like, "Are you the legal guardian?" And you're like, "No, but I am the illegal guardian."
I am the father.
I have illegally made myself the guardian. I hope this won't be a problem.
I have a Twitch clip I would like to present for evidence.
Oh dear.
I would have it be known.
Have it be known I didn't need this much gas. But I did not pull out.
I did not pull out. Oh no.
As we are getting into this ZVP here on Cosmic Sapphire, I do like this choice of map by Eba as well. Will he have something a little bit cheeky in store to maybe abuse the gold base that is available on this map? We'll have to see.
Oh.
Here we go.
That would be crazy, Poppy. So let's have a look here as we load into Cosmic Sapphire.
And here we have it spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. It is our Polish Protoss in the pink, paying for Blazer. It is Krystianer.
And spawning in the top left-hand. Getting ready to spawn in the top left-hand corner, but we do have a little bit of a delay here. Thank God, everything is good. We have the Blue Zerg player himself. Some may think he is from the United Kingdom, but today was revealed actually from Poland. The Polish Protoss prodigy himself, playing a Zerg. It is Eba.
The Polish Protoss.
Oh,
in
God.
In the purple.
In the purple. Ay. Representing Platinum Heroes.
For now.
For now.
For you. So we do see he is a zoomer, so he has to apply memes to his hatchery.
Yes, of course. Just gonna be looking over at it, a little bit concerned at the fact that he was able to get his natural. Not something that happens too often here. A little bit sus from Krystianer.
Krystianer goes in and approves of the base. Thumbs up.
Does give it a bit of a thumbs. Oh yeah, does give it a bit of a diva thumbs up. There you go.
Yes, your ball placement is good, son. Welcome to Poland.
Dzień dobry, papi. Dzień dobry.
Na zdrowie.
And yeah, we're just going to be getting into this game here. Of course, Cosmic Sapphire, one of the larger maps. You were talking about it. We do have a gold base. Is anyone crazy enough to take it? It's wild. It's insane. I doubt it, but you know, I would love to see it. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, this is I was going to call this Poland. This probe is hanging around.
Poland, just we go for a bit of a scout here.
It's just going to be checking and trying to get an eye on the link count. Does just catch a glimpse, I believe, of that drone going off to the third. So that's going to be enough for him there. And he's going to be sending, once again, the Adept across the map for a little bit of aggression here.
Yeah, gonna go for some aggression, also some scouting information as well. If you recall the previous ZVP that we casted where Demi was able to get away with an unscouted link flood, you know, looking out for things of that nature, making sure that we have droning, making sure that everything is on the up and up.
Yeah, he's going to be committing as well here off creep, so takes out one of those lings and going to be able to get a little bit of damage here on those drones, but oh no, very nicely done by Eber. He's going to be blocking that off with the Spore Crawler. Smooth moves there.
Yeah, morphs in the Spore, pulls away the drones, doesn't lose much of anything here other than a handful of lings earlier, or one ling even, so nicely handled. But of course, Krystianer is going to be soon joining up with a second Adept. We have an Oracle on the way, as we did have a Stargate opener, and we even have a second Oracle on the way as well, so pretty standard, pretty macro oriented.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be going into that Oracle Stalker style by the looks of things, getting that nice early third as well. So going to be looking to get into more of a standard macro game, and I think this is what Eber was looking for when he picked this map.
Yeah, this is what he wants. He wants to play out his game, and I'm really excited because Eber has been playing around with some different compositions to try and deal with this Blink Stalker hero style, if that's what we get. We do see the second Oracle zooming out across the map. Third Oracle is going to be on the way. Everything is looking pretty standard for the time being, but we'll keep an eye on things. We'll see if Krystianer goes for a bit of a different twist or turn.
Yeah, he's been trying some very different compositions, Protoss compositions to be exact.
Aye, true. Bobby has, Eva's gonna be a little bit punished here this time, as he did not have a Spore at his third base. Even focuses down the Spore.
Yeah, nice focus on the Spore. Very quick hands from Eber getting those Spores down as well. So we can see a pretty quick player himself, but Krystianer doing very well with the Oracle Micro. We can see he's very skilled with these units.
Definitely. The finesse is real. Meanwhile, the Adepts are moving out across. Have no glaives with this. Going to be surrounded by these. He's going to force the Pulsar Beam out of these Oracles, but only for a moment. Krystianer very quick, making sure he doesn't waste too much of that energy.
Yeah, and this is a pretty threatening attack that we have coming in with these Adepts, even despite not having glaives. The link count pretty low here for Eber, so they can still pose quite a threat.
Oh, and there's still no Spore here at the third base, and he's being abused for it here. 5 more drones go down, 10 in total. Ay, look at the units lost, tab puppy.
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough, and meanwhile for Krystianer, he smells blood here. He is not going for that Blink Stalker style. He's going for a fast charge here, and I think this is going to be for an aggressive timing.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to hit like a truck, and Eber needs to get eyes on this. Unfortunately, he did opt to go for +1 melee, so he's assuming and getting ready for Blink Stalkers, but thankfully, oh no, he actually just canceled Bailing Speed.
Oh yeah, that would have been really nice to have against the Charge Lords, as We see a lot of gateways going down. We see a Twilight Archives going down as well. So expecting to see a Zealot Archon attack in the near future.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Ling Hydra is not what you want against that. Hydras are going to be on the way. Adepts have been scouted so far. There hasn't been too much of a tell for Eba. And typically, when you go up against chargelets like this and Archons, we need either Banelings or Roaches or Ravagers. And then we go, he at least restarts Baneling speed.
Yeah, so it does have some idea of what's going on here, but this is a pretty tough build to get your eyes on and get the scout on. We do see there's extra gases down at the third as well, so the only real sign that he has that something this way is coming is the lack of a fourth.
Yeah, the lack of the fourth, and also the lack of Blink Stalkers as well, because when you go for the hero style, Blink Stalkers are something that you build up over time, and there should be Blink Stalkers at the third base, so maybe he was able to get a little bit of a read on that. Meanwhile, the Oracle's going to the main base. Once again, I didn't even realize we don't even have a Spore here in the main. Eba was so greedy with his response earlier. Hydras are going to be coming out. Krystianer, though, he's going to be pushing out soon.
Yeah, Eba very quick just to pull that main mineral line away, but yeah, we can see here that he scouts once again for a fourth. There is no fourth. Even this flood of Lings here that's meant to deny this fourth is going to find nothing here. He's going to see the charge. That's an important element of the scouting here.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, fourth base is being taken on the right-hand side. Eba will get eyes on this as well, so he can respond in kind. As you were saying, because he has seen those charges, he can now prepare mentally and physically for them. Baneling speed is now done. Oh boy, and hopefully, yeah, there we go. Banelings are now being morphed in offensively across the map.
Yeah, interesting. Looking to get a bit of damage done on this base with the Lings as well. So Eba just trying to pull Krystianer this way and that. Probably going to try to time a Ling attack once again on the front here as those Banelings start to go into the third.
Yeah, it looks like we have a little bit of a surround. One Archon is going to go down. Very nice pick up. At the same time, Baneling's going to roll in towards the third base, but nice reaction here from Krystianer. The Banelings do not get the probes.
Yeah, very nice pull there, but at the same time, we do see a few probes going down. We see a pylon deparring two of these gates as well. These Banelings, unfortunately, a little bit misrallied, will be going down very cheaply, though.
Yeah, and it looks like this has triggered Krystianer to push out across the map. He has a fourth base behind this. He has dealt with the aggression. A lot of Banelings have gone down, and now they're not quite prepared here for the counterattack.
Yeah, nice job with the Hydra set, just getting a little bit of damage on these Archons. They will be very important for focusing those Archons down, and we do see with the Lings and Banes being morphed in, Krystianer just going to respect the defenses of Eba and back off here.
Yeah, exactly. Krystianer, as you were saying, is being quite careful engaging with Eba. He's been able to give him a lot of time, not without good reason. Like, at least he is expanding and he is working on his own economy, now finally dipping into creep, but there is a decent amount of Zerg waiting for it.
Yeah, these 5 Archons, if they can find themselves in a choke point, are going to be very difficult to deal with. Meanwhile, we once again see Krystianer very quick on the pull with the probes there, so he has been very diligent with this, and once again, very nice probe pull, but they are getting a little bit stuck here.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit stuck. The Baneling's going to roll on in. Only +1 melee, so it does require 2 Banelings to connect to kill a probe, so only 5 workers are going to go down. At the same time, bit of a Zealot runway on the left-hand side gets cleaned up. Lurker Den is on the way. Can Eba survive long enough, because Krystianer has taken a supply lead, and oh, that's a lot of stasis traps covering his army.
Yeah, I really like the way that he's setting this up. It's going to be so hard for Eba to jump on this. If he gets baited into that, especially with the Banelings, he could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Has to be very careful with that engage. He has to buy as much time as possible. Ling Bane is rolling on in. Banelings rolling into Archons, though, to connect with the charge lots. Yeah,
really nice connection to the Banelings there. We do see he's going to be pulling back into these stasis traps, but most of them already being set off by Eba, and Eba, he's handled this brilliantly. Really well done.
Despite being down 20 supply, he fights back, he cleans this up. A lot of the high-tech units were able to survive, but maybe I spoke too soon. One Immortal goes down. Oh, it looks like with the reinforcements, Krystianer is going to be able to turn around, and it does shave off a couple of Hydras.
Yeah, small overextension, but this is so back and forth here. The Banelings are going to be cleaning up a lot of those Zealots. We do see the Overseer going down for Eba, but he's just going to be able to chase this all the way back to Krystianer's base, and those Banelings once again are going to be going in to try to take out some of these probes, and they're going to get them too.
Yeah, this time there was no pull away. Krystianer, I'm sure he was feeling a little bit confident when it came to shutting down those Banelings a little bit earlier. 10 workers are going to be going down here, and now Eba has the Lunkers. What do you mean, Papi? What do you mean? He needs
the game's over.
So bearing in mind though that Eba, he had to cut a couple of corners to get into lurkers this quickly here. He only has +1 melee. He's lacking heavily in those upgrades. He is rushing his way into a hive right now as well. His win condition is these lurkers, and we'll see if he can make use of them.
No upgrades on Latech lurkers. I think he's been watching your stream lately.
I think so as well. I need to tell him to stop. Look, I'm telling you, mate, you're giving me so much crap about it before when I was trying to backseat you, mate. It works, Papi. It works.
That's the worst part.
Meanwhile, a bit of a zealot run by the left-hand side. There are 3 lurkers here ready and waiting, though. This base is going to get up and running. We have a bailing run by being set up over here towards the 4th. Is Krystianer going to be able to respond in time, and can he even push into these lurkers?
Yeah, this is a fantastic army split by Eber. He's handling this so well, and I can see why he wanted this big wide open map. He's doing very well in this kind of game.
There is no reaction.
Oh, huge baneling hits, 22 probes going down, and this is such a key element for the Zerg of dealing with this style. We can see that Eber, he's been so relentless with both engaging the army and getting those run-bys going, and he's a fast player.
Yeah, he's a very fast player indeed. Banelings roll in. Oh, they do get 1 connection on those High Templar. 1 more Baneling is all he needs to kill all said High Templar, but Storm is completed. We have a lot of Storms here for Krystianer. He's trying to find a way in, but Eba is keeping up with the rotations.
Yeah, you're starting to get some Storms down on those lurkers. Meanwhile, we see a few more lurkers coming out for Eba. We see a few more Banelings as well. If you can dive those Banelings into the middle of the pack to get those High Templars, that'll be a very high value target.
Yeah, it really will. But you know what? Now we have a couple of Vipers coming into play as well. We still don't have any Hive upgrades. He only got the Hive for the Vipers. There we go. Finally, Groove Spine's on the way. Lurker range is on the way. Ling Run By is going to deny the 5th base.
Wow, very well timed Ling Run By. All of the harass by Eber has been so brilliantly timed in this game.
It really has. More often than not, Krystianer has been able to keep up with him, but as the game goes on longer, Krystianer, his attention span has been spread quite thin. He's pushing out once again, is going to be running into the base. They're coming from behind.
Oh, very nice reactions for the Storms there. We do see, I believe it was 1 High Templar going down there. Another one almost going down, getting very heavily bruised. But Eber's been good with his reactions. Does lose 17 drones, but he's going to be able to clean up this run by and getting a bit of his own damage across the map.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of Lings do cause a little bit of chaos, but as you were saying, that Zealot run by 17 drones, that is nothing to scoff at. Krystianer is still in this, especially economically, but now Eba is pushing out. Now he has Groove Spines. Seismic Slams, sorry.
Yeah, with that upgrade finishing up, is going to be able to send out these lurkers, and these lurkers are so effective at denying space here, and very nice repositioning as well. Is going to be able to drag back in orbit. Nice Novas as well.
Oh my god, a couple of zoning Novas go off, mate, but here now in comes that army. We do have detection available. A lot of these lurkers are going down.
Yeah, some nice blinding clouds. We see a lot of lurkers going down, a lot of Archons going down as well, but I do think this trade has favored Krystianer slightly here. What does still remain to be seen is how Eba can deal with this army.
Yeah, what does he have left is the question. He has a couple of lurkers remaining. He did deal a massive blow to the economy of Krystianer. He is down to 40 workers and he lost his 4th base. At the same time, he's trying to expand here. He is all in. He's got a lot of disruptors, but he has to push in now.
Yeah, Eba desperately trying to hold on with these lurkers, lacking quite significantly that hive upgrade for the fast burrow, so it's going to make it hard to reposition against the Novas.
Oh, exactly. Because of these choke points, Krystianer just can't find a way in. He goes for another Zealot run by, but he gets cleaned up at the same time. A Ling run by is going to take down the replacement 4th base, and Krystianer he's not gaining ground.
Yeah, not gaining ground, not being able to establish his economy whatsoever as well. Well, these could be some very big Novas and huge hits on the lurkers though.
Yeah, the hits were insane. Meanwhile, the Ling run by did not take out that base. Zealot Warpin was more than enough to clean that up, but everything will change once the Vipers come into play. 3 more Vipers are coming out, and their goal is to yoink those disruptors.
Everything changed when the Viper Nation attacked.
That's what I was going for, yeah. Oh my god. As 2 more Novas are going to be going off, 1 lurker goes down, but nice reactions by Eba in the end. 1 lurker to harass, and 1 lunker is all you need, Papi.
They shoot so far. It's actually insane. As we see those two Novas being pulled out, Eber does look like he might have the fast burrows now, as he's able to reposition away from those Novas very effectively.
Yeah, there we go. Adaptive Talents has been researched at the same time. Massive link run by the wall is not a wall, puppy.
Oh.
The natural, the main base, everything is compromised. Forced to recall.
Wow, what little remains of Krystianer's economy. He feels like he has to defend, and that recall is going to give Eber so much breathing room. And oh, Archon's got left behind. Oh no.
The base got left behind, puppy. The Archons, they get yoinked one after the other. The position has been broken. Meanwhile, it looks like Krystianer has been able to regain control of his fresh mining base. He did deal with that lunker in the end. Oh god, but he's really struggling to gain even more ground here. It looks like he has finally cleaned up those Ling run-bys, and he goes across map. But the Archons are stuck!
Oh no. Oh, that's awful.
No.
Oh, the recall got those Archons stuck in there. They need to kill a gateway or a pylon or something to get out of there.
Oh my god, they need to fight their way through, but Krystianer has not noticed 3 Archons. That is insane. Every unit counts right now.
Yeah, Krystianer really has to outposition Eber here. Those 3 lurkers, if Krystianer wasn't already all in, is now completely all in. That's all of his economy taken out. We do see these yoinks really good. He's just going to charge on through these doms. The feedbacks on the Vipers were so great from Krystianer, but I just don't know if he has anything that can deal with these lurkers in the long term.
Yeah, exactly. The disruptor count has been completely reset. He cannot get anywhere near these lurkers. At the same time, he was focusing on the defense. Instead, he had to warp in a bunch of zealots to hold on to his last mining base, but at the cost of his army.
Yeah, and Eber just chasing him down with these lurkers and lings now is going to be able to get a really nasty position with these lings. Oh, he depowers both robos, and that was the answer to the lurkers.
Yeah, no more disruptors. GG gets called, and Eber comes out swinging for the land of Poland, and he takes the crown from Krystianer.
He takes his citizenship. He says, I am Polish now.
He takes his green card. GG, well played. What a game, Poppy. What a game.
Yeah, what a game coming out from Eber. Really, really well done with the constant run-bys of Lings and Banes. That's such an effective way to play against this high eco style of Protoss. And we can see, despite things being a little bit dicey sometimes with the defense, he just always had enough lurkers in position and was doing well with the micro as well. So yeah, what a great game.
Yeah, like the transition to lurkers was pretty pivotal there and pretty key. On top of that, I think because of the Ling harassment and aggression early on from Eber, if Krystianer had intended to go for a certain charge or Archon timing, he opted against it because of how in his face Eber was. And I do think that that playstyle also kind of gives him a little bit more freedom to do so, to tech up the way that he did. Yeah, and what a wild game at that. Like, Krystianer was doing such a great job early on at responding to the Baneling run-bys were doing nothing to begin with, if you remember. Like, it was insane how he was able to react to all of that. But over time, Eber was able to deal some damage and overcome, and GG.
GG. So, Eber is the king. Is he allowed to be a king? Is he the prince?
Is he old enough to be king? Is there a legal age to be a king? Is that what we're here to find out? Oh.
I want to call him the prince. We'll go Prince Eber.
The Prince Eber. Okay. Fair enough. Why do you want to take away his kingship so much? Oh my god.
He plays Zerk. He doesn't deserve it.
Wow. Asher. Aye. Shaking my head, puppy. Shaking my head. Oh my god. Yeah, an insane game there in the end. And now we have 2 games remaining. Who is going to show up? Who is going to vie for that crown? If anyone. We're about to find out as we are staying here in the land of Europe. We're not. We're going to America, Poppy. Pack your bags. We're getting onto a flight. I just got messaged once again. On track to be the Polish president by 20 at this pace.
Eber, get on the plane.
Get on the plane.
We're going somewhere. We can't tell you where.
We're not legally obliged to tell you.
We are, but we're not going to anyway. We're kidnapping you, puppy.
Oh god. Mate, we have another PvZ with the most unlikely of opponents. You got 2 guesses. You got 1 guess, actually. You got a 50-50 chance of getting it. Mate.
It's a TVZ. It's Percival.
Mate, it's a Protoss player. It's
a Protoss. No. Nightmare.
let me give you a hint.
Okay.
No. Canadian Protoss. Protoss, papi.
Trigger?
50-50 chance. It is Maples. Papi.
Charlotte.
No regret. Wow, here we go. So Eba's going to be going up against one of the best that North America has to offer, a North American ladder hero, Maples. Oh my god.
Mape the ape, as Pig calls him.
Is that what he says? Oh my god. Yes, Maples, of course. He is renowned in the North American ladder scene as being a very aggressive and relatively cheesy Protoss player in the region. But you know, he's still one of the best, and he can cheese anyone out. And he doesn't just have to cheese either. He could be crazy and play macro for all we know.
Yeah, one thing that these cheesy NA Protosses are really good at is kind of macro-y cheeses, doing things like taking 3 Nexus off 1 gate or taking corner bases. They are very good at working around their image.
Oh yeah, exactly. But the real question is Eba aware of his image? You know, they come from different walks of life. They come from different ideologies. You know, have they ever crossed paths before?
I think Maples does play on the the EU ladder quite a bit.
Okay.
He plays on EU.
Yeah.
My brain blanked. I'm thinking about my McDonald's. It's outside. I want to go pick it up.
Oh, you got your food?
Yeah, it's here.
You actually got Macca's?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got chips and nuggets and hash brown.
Oh, a hash? They got 24/7 hash browns?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I got the Big Mac sauce for the chicken nuggets.
Oh my god. Hold on. Exclamation mark. Oh, he said it!
Wait, what?
Eva said in chat, "Hey, Mape the ape, how are you today?"
Yeah, it's a thing.
Oh my god.
He likes it.
He enjoys it, Papi. Just keep doing it. It's okay. Oh my god. Don't mind me. I'm just Macca's is open right now.
Do it.
Do I do it? Do I stay up for the 6 a.m. cast? I have a cast at 6 a.m.
Oh,
should I try and nap?
Nah. You could have the McDonald's and then nap and just have like really weird dreams.
Alright, I'll order some food after the cast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
okay.
Good. Yeah. Hold on. I need to balance mine with with Eva. He's like, oh my god, these are like 70% Protoss maps, mate. What the hell?
Really? There's so many to choose from. I bet he wishes he got a Terran. Maybe he should play Protoss.
Maybe. That would be a lot of fun.
Don't tempt him, puppy.
Okay, here we go. The veto is Eba has vetoed Stargazers.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's like, there's still 50 Protoss maps left. What do I do?
Switch to Protoss.
Switch to Protoss, papi. Ah.
It's the only way. It's the only way for you too, lad.
Why are we talking about corn in the chat? Where did that come? What is happening?
Oh, it's do you know have you seen that video? There's like this kid and he's like at a fair and he's got this stick of corn and he's like, it's corn. He's like, I just love corn.
What are you talking about?
It's really nice. It's the best video. It's so pure.
Okay.
It's just this kid and he really likes corn.
Beautiful. Did you say that during
and
the
he
cast?
Wants everyone to have corn. Nah,
Okay,
I didn't.
Okay.
I have no idea why it came up.
Okay. I thought I missed it, papi. I thought I missed it.
Nope.
Alright, here we go. We're just getting ready for our next game. As a reminder to everyone, we have 2 best of 1s remaining here. 1 more after this series.
Yeah, so here we go. Can Eber hold on to the throne?
Oh, can he do it? Can he be the Prince of Poland forever?
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever. Oh my god.
Mahabubi.
Be with you forever and ever. Have you seen Pretty Woman?
No.
No.
It's a song.
Oh my god. Okay. Shake.
Songs don't just come from movies, like they
do.
also come from K-pop albums.
There you go.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, playing for Team Gosu, it is Maplez.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Moondance, we have the red Zerg player himself, representing Platinum Heroes. Is he from the UK? Is he from Poland? Who knows? It is Eber.
Yes, as we see, of course, as is tradition, the natural is not allowed.
Not allowed. Not allowed. You know, Zergs are not allowed to take their naturals here, so he does go for something a little bit unnatural instead. Meanwhile, my eyes are still on Maplez. Again, you know, he may not be too well known amongst especially the European audience watching right now, but Maplez has a bit of a reputation over in our region.
Yeah, and it sounds like Eber as well is familiar with who Maplez is.
True. Again, he did call out his nickname specifically in the in-game chat, so he's also aware, should be playing things out safe. And Maplez, knowing that Eber knows about his reputation, means that he's going to be playing macro, right?
Maybe. Oh, look in the chat. They know the ad.
They know.
I meant not the ad, the video. He really likes corn. When I found butter, everything changed.
Did he say? Did he say that?
Yeah. He's just like, I just really like corn. And then the guy interviewing him is like, should everyone like corn? And he's like, not everyone has to like corn, but I do.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Now I want corn.
Corn is sweet.
Yeah. It is sweet.
You can have it.
Does Macca sell it?
No. It's actual food.
Never mind.
As we do see his links, just going to be shooing away this probe. So going to be using just those 2 links. So Eber cutting a very small corner there. I think we did see earlier today that can actually be punished with a adept being sent across the map.
Oh, yeah, it can be. But for the time being, the first adept is going to be chilling here, waiting back at home. Stalker is going to be shooting away this overlord. So Eber's going to be a little bit in the dark, but thankfully Eber does have a second overlord across the map to dip into the main base, and we do not have a Stargate opening.
Yeah, we see a very early extra gateway. We see a Twilight Council going down on top of that as well. So this is kind of reminiscent of Patty Mac's 3-gate into Glaive's openings.
Oh, yeah, very reminiscent indeed. And it would make sense because they are very familiar with each other. But this is a little bit different. We see a Robo follow-up, not a Stargate for double Phoenix production or for DTs either. So Maple's going for his own twist on things.
Yeah, it does look like he's gearing up to take his third in the back of his base as well. So definitely going to be interesting to see how he's going to use this. We do see Glaives being started up. The Overlord Scout for Eva coming in at a fantastic time here to scout that as well.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this all kind of comes together here, because 3-gate Glaives isn't very common. It is very low commitment, but the Adepts are already moving out across the map, so Eva is going to have to respond to this. Yeah, but with the Robo behind this, I guess he's going to be able to get into Immortal production if he forces out Roaches.
Yeah, it does have the option for Immortals. Probably going to be seeing a Warp Prism first. There it is. It does have the option here as well, either to throw down a Nexus or to throw down some more Gateways. This might be my build puppy. Oh, it is.
It's going
a 3-gate into 6-gate. This is what I do in PvZ.
Oh my god, he's been tuning into the Asher streams. Wow, so I like this as well, because the Overlord, for all he knows, for all Eba knows, there's a third base, right? It's being zoned away by that Stalker. Yeah,
I really like that pylon positioning, but it does look like these Adepts are going to reveal themselves. So, yeah, I'm going to be very interested to see how an actually good player plays this. As Maples is going to be coming out with this 6-gate aggression, so expecting to see some Immortals being made behind this as well, once he has the money to warp in 6 Adepts at a time as well.
Ooh, but he goes in for a very crucial scout. He's going to get supply block, but he does confirm that there is no natural base. Maples is going to be going all in with this. I say all in, but he's actually going to expand behind it. Interesting. He still has to deal some damage though. Like, he's pretty committed with this.
Yeah, this is a very highly committed build. Just going to be cancelling that Shade, starting to pick away at the Queens here, so just taking whatever damage is presented to him. We do see that the creep spread a little bit lacking here, just saving up the energy for the transfuses on those Queens, and Maple's starting to make some headway here.
Yeah, he really is. The Queens so far have barely survived. They have a slither of health remaining, but the Lings are not going to be enough. The Queens are falling left and right. There are only 2 Queens remaining here, but he's buying some time for those Roaches.
Yeah, importantly as well, he forces the fight to be under the spine with where he commits with the Lings. So as much as they were shredded, these drones haven't been starting to go down yet, and the spine has been doing some serious work here.
Oh, it really has. Meanwhile, we have a commitment into the Shade, but we are running out of Adepts. We have 2 more Adepts here in the main base, but it looks like Maples has recognized that he's not going to be able to end the game. He does indeed throw down that 3rd base, but he has dealt no economic damage.
Yeah, and as a response to that, we do see a DT Shrine going down, so recognizes that there are no spores, and there probably won't be any spores, and this is a bit of a Hail Mary play to get back into this one.
Yeah, and I don't know how well this is going to work out here for Maples again. Like, he can transition from here, as you were saying, there's a Dark Shrine. If he wanted to, he could go into a Robotics Bay as well to get into Disruptor production, but Eba should be pushing out soon. At the moment, though, just looking to drone up, looking to wait for at least Roach speed.
Yeah, that's right, and I have to praise Eber as well for committing to the Lings while under the spines as well. That was a really nice hold.
Yeah, the hold was insane. Meanwhile, the Roaches are flooding across the map. They're waddling, they're not the fastest of units at the moment, but they are dealing damage nonetheless. We do see them again just pressuring here a little bit longer as he morphs in a couple more Ravagers, and he is flooding Lings behind this.
Yeah, I really like this. There's only 1 shield battery. We do see the extra shield batteries being thrown down by Maples, but if if Eva can get on top of this in time, he will be able to take those down before they're ready, and the shield battery overcharge has been committed.
Oh my god, it has been committed. It is going to be able to keep whatever it can alive, but the Roaches are breaking through in towards the natural base. So far, oh my god, nothing is quite dying. I think only 1 Adept goes down, but the Cybercore!
Yeah, Cybercore in some serious danger here, but the Immortal is coming in clutch, is going to be able to push back the Roaches just for now. A lot of those Roaches going down, so Maples holds, but at what cost?
Yeah, exactly. Like, even though Eba didn't get too much economic damage done, even though he didn't break the natural, killing the Cybercore is pretty crucial, especially because Maples has not rebuilt it. There we go. Finally, a late reaction here to rebuild, so he's going to be stuck only working with additional Zealots instead of Stalkers or Adepts.
Yeah, that's right. We do see that Blink and +1 being started up as well for Maples at the same time. Eber throwing down that force, so he's going to be looking to get further into this game. Does have his Evo started up as well, getting that infestation pit, so trying to find a way to get further ahead, which is, you know, someone said that. Was it Artosis or Day 9? Artosis, right? Went ahead, get further ahead.
Still hot.
It was light VIP.
Oh my god. But yeah, he's going to be looking to get further ahead. That infestation bit is pretty wild to go straight into a hive, to get into Adrenal or even Viper play, which would be amazing against some of these Robo units. We did see that Maples was going to try and apply some pressure with some Glaive Adepts. Oh, now coming in with some DTs. Do we have detection with the main army? Looking at the unit tab, we do not have... No, sorry, yes, we do have a couple of Overseers here. One at home, one across the map.
Yeah, he's going to be turned straight into Archons. Maples realizes there's not really any potential for anything cheeky there, as he does start to warp in a few more sentries. That is going to help with the push here, helping with those force fields, but there's plenty of Ravagers here. And yeah, this looks like an overwhelming force here for Eber. It's going to be very hard for Maples to get anything done.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of force fields are thrown down. We have a couple more remaining in the backline. Biles are going to force the unsiege of that Prism. Lings are coming in from behind as well for a mass around.
Yeah, nice angle here for Maples. Is getting a pretty good fight here, but with those Biles going down on the Prism, oh, that is going to be going down. We're seeing all the sentries going down as well, and finally he will be getting on top of these Immortals. GG is called, and Eber remains the Prince of Poland.
GG, well played. He holds onto his crown, he holds onto his throne. Good effort by Maples, though. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't quite seen that build at this level of play before. Going for 3 gate into 6 gate off of 2 bases. Interesting, but unfortunately it was scattered, and if you remember, as soon as it was confirmed by Eber that there was no third, he threw down those spine crawlers, the spine crawlers that really did come into play in that defense.
Yeah, 100%. That was really good extra follow-up scouting from Eber, and he was able to hold off what was a really scary attack coming out from Maples.
Oh, it really was. It really was. And with that, Eber, we got 1 game remaining, 1 best of 1 remaining here. Just double checking. Yes, we are here at match number 15. Who is going to be the final player to challenge Eber for that crown?
Percival.
It's pretty. I'm worried that maybe Percival is going to bed. Oh, this will be out of left field. Do you know who I see in game? Stephen Curry.
Chase. Oh.
Yeah, Curry. We haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, that could be exciting. I haven't really seen his PBZ before.
Yeah, usually when we casted him in Sparkling Tuna Cup, it would be like PvPs or something along those lines. So yeah, a face I haven't seen in quite some time. We still need confirmation though. Who is going to be the final player? Is it going to be the Korean Protoss, or is it going to be someone else?
I remember what Curry did to my SCVs. That fateful day.
Skill checked you, right? With his probe micro. He sent his first probe across the map. Oh, God.
He does it to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't lose an SCV. I'm quite proud of that.
True.
I did lose. I'm going to be gearing up for this last... Oh, there's nothing else to add. He just owned me. Of course.
Oh my God. No, yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, he's a god, mate. He's crazy, puppy. He's crazy. We are going back to Europe.
Okay.
But these are Eddie's words and not mine. Bump him up to the president of the European Commission. He defended the homeland, Poppy, and the land of North America, and now he can come back home. He can come in, and oh my God, it looks like someone is upset. Someone wants to contest against this random Polish citizenship that was handed out. Someone is back from the dead.
I know who it is.
We thought he was dead, Papi, but it's the Terran Polish Protoss.
It's Spirit.
Spirit is back.
The Spirit has risen from the ashes.
From the AsherBro, he has
from
risen.
the AsherBros.
Spirit is here. We have a banger of a TVZ before us.
That is true. Or we might have a banger of a PVZ.
Or
a ZVZ.
Aye. That's yeah, I forgot about that. Shaking my head. Everyone, !B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. Spirit was here earlier today, but he was knocked out, but in a very unusual manner. Spirit was off racing his Protoss today, maybe for the first time in competitive play, playing Protoss. Didn't work out well for him.
No, not really. But, you know, we might see it again.
Oh god, I hope not, but maybe we'll see it again as we are getting ready here for our final series of the night. Oh boy. I mean, I guess if Eva beats Spirit, do they have to get married? Is that
no?
How does that work? What is on the line right now? That's what I'm asking. What is on the line?
$8.
Oh god.
Relax,
aye.
Stop trying to give your children away.
Look, I just want them to be successful in life, okay?
I just want them to be someone else's problem.
I want them to spread their wings, Papi, and be independent, you know? I want what's good for Eva, Papi. What's good for Eva.
Yes. Listen, son, I know what's good for you. You must become Polish. Don't ask me why.
It may not make any sense now, but you'll understand when you're older.
You'll understand when you're older and this is legal.
Oh god. All right, here we go. We are getting ready, and it does seem like we have a map.
We do have a map. It's night shit.
Yeah, but does this meet your approval ratings, Asher?
It does not.
It does not.
Isn't this a map that I was molding about before?
It was.
It is.
You molded about all the maps, Papi. Oh god.
I think Spirit's gonna play a turtle mech.
No, would he? Nah, he would.
Probably not.
He could. I
don't think it's worth it.
He has it in him. He has it in him to play mech if he needs to. Oh my god. But yeah, we'll see what he has in store for us here on the Shade of the Night. Looks like we have a little bit of a lobby bug, so we're going to be waiting for Eba to join us in a moment. But yeah, you know what? Why not? We have some time. Let's set up some predictions.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to get my food from outside because I think it's going to get cold.
Go for it. Oh man, I'm so hungry now. Is McDonald's still open? Okay. Guys in the chat, what should I order from McDonald's? What should I order at 3 a.m. in the morning? My question I pose to you: how degen am I going to be?
Nice outside. It smells like summer.
Oh, what does summer smell like?
Like hay bales.
What are you talking, man? What are you talking about? There's no hay bales where you live. What do you mean?
Like overpriced coffee. I don't know. It smells kind of like
like
musky.
Musky, you know. Was it raining today?
Maybe. It does smell like it's been raining.
Yeah, maybe it's
but like warm rain, like musky.
Like a sauna.
Like a musky. No.
Like a husky.
Yes. From Poland.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. No. I want blue versus blue. I'm ready.
Ah, mijito. Oh my god. All right, here we go. We're placing. I wonder what he's gonna think when he watches the VOD.
He's not allowed to watch the VOD. You're not old enough. Either if you're watching this,
yes,
turn it off.
For mature audiences only. We do have an age filter. It is true. It is true.
Are we mature?
No. Oh god. But predictions are now going to be open in the chat for the final best of one on the night. Is Eba going to reign supreme? Is he going to be the king that was promised, the prince that was promised, or are we going back to the land of the Terran, to the champion race?
This is a stiff test for Eba. Spirit is one of the best Terrans in Europe, so this is, yeah, definitely a big challenge that he's going up here. But he is on the Zerg map, so you never know. Miracles can happen.
Anything can happen, Bobby. Anything can happen. Here we go. It all comes down to this. Oh boy, I'm nervous.
Who will be Polish at the end?
There can be only one.
As here we are, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, playing Terran once again. It is Team Kaidzi's Polish Terran in the red, Spirit.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Nightshade LE, we have the pink Zerg player himself, representing Platinum Heroes, giving a bit of a wave to the fans in the chat. It is Eba.
Yeah, we go.
Here we go. Eba is, of course, going for the hatch first, as we expect to be seeing here. Nothing crazy, nothing cheesy on Nightshade. You were talking about it yourself. Based on some of the features of this map, do you think that Spirit would be one to go for a more longer game? I feel like he kind of got a bit of a reputation for that a while ago.
Yeah, he did, but usually when he wants to play that kind of game, he opens CC first. So Spirit very often will play a CC first 3CC, but we're seeing him open standard here, so a little bit more safe.
Eba was in the chat. He was watching, Papi. The shade, Papi. The shade.
Damn.
CuKu getting called out.
Holy shit.
The fire is real. Get an extinguisher. Oh, he calls him out by name.
Just in case it wasn't clear for people who haven't been here earlier, offended him playing proxy racks as well. You sure showed him Spirit.
Oh my god. Wow.
That's really funny.
For those wondering, Spirit did play CuKu earlier today in this very tournament, and Spirit played Protoss. I guess, yeah, because he may have been a little bit upset. But yeah, now we know. Now we know why.
He also lost. I think that's important to point out. As we just see Eba getting that creep tumor out. Nice
don't
and
bring
far.
that up.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I I didn't think that tonight could get any spicier, Poppy. Oh my gosh.
We've got some drama. I'll be doing my 3 a.m. follow-up stream on all the drama.
We'll get
Polish drama stream.
We'll get Patty Mac on call as well. He'll be a part. He has to be a part of the drama stream as well in some way. Oh my god. All right. Well, with that, of course, I'm sure Spirit has had plenty of time to cool down. Of course, it's a bit of a different matchup as well. Eba insinuating he would rather play a Protoss right now because you were talking about it. Spirit's Terran is terrifying. It is powerful. It is strong. And with that strong Terran play, he's going for a 1-1-1.
Yeah, actually going for 2cc Banshee here. This is, I like to call this the skill check build because this build kind of sucks unless you're a lot better than your opponent. You do have to get quite a lot of damage with these Hellions and Banshees, but Spirit feeling confident that he can get that done.
Yeah, exactly. For those wondering why this has to deal so much more damage, it is because you are delaying your 3rd CC. So economically, you're going to be putting yourself behind. That's why the onus is going to be on the Terran to deal some of that drone damage. And it's definitely going to be possible here, of course, with the micro displayed by Spirit. This Banshee has a lot of potential. But Eba as well has shown that he can be a pretty quick and pretty fast player.
Yeah, I have been very impressed with past watching Spirit's games at just how good his multitask is. So I do like the choice to go for this build, and especially going for this build on this larger map. It is a good idea to try to get yourself ahead nice and early.
Exactly. We'll see if he can get that lead that he's looking for. I'm sure he can, but how much of a lead is what we are going to be wondering. So far, Eba's doing a great job at keeping up with the rotations of these Hellions. His Queens are going to have to respond here as the Hellions dip in towards the 3rd base, and they are going to be able to get in, and they'll get a couple of drones.
Yeah, nice little poke there. Is going to be able to get this Banshee in position as well, just damaging a lot of these drones. So 4 drones going down so far, but this Hellion still pose quite a threat.
Yeah, exactly. Spirit, he doesn't ape in. He's going to be very conservative with his Hellion control here. Doesn't want to throw anything away. Gets another drone and then backs up. 5 in total so far. Not bad, as that first Banshee meets up with the second.
Yeah, it does look like he's going to be losing just one of those Hellions there as the Queens pop forward from Eba. But with these 2 Banshees coming in, they are going to be able to start one-shotting these drones. And nice quick pull by Eba.
Yeah, quick pull indeed does minimize his losses, but still loses 2 more drones in the end. At the same time, Hellions try and poke in, but so far Eba, he has remained strong. He has held the line, and only 7 drones could have been a lot worse. Oh, oof.
Yeah, I think a little bit more damage going down on those Queens. 1 more drone going down as well. So these Hellions is going to poke and prod around, going to start to take down some of this creep as well. Another reason why this is a nice opening for this map is you do have a lot of time with your Hellions to start picking away at these creep tumors.
Yeah, he gets creep tumors. He even gets a kill on that gas geyser as well as the drone that was morphed into said gas geyser. So a lot of damage being done so far here. Has been able to make up for the delayed CC. 3rd CC is now being landed on location for Spirit, and he's done a great job at not just dealing damage but also preserving that Hellion count to make sure that he is free to expand.
Yeah, exactly. But meanwhile, we do see for Eba going very cleanly into his build, getting that 1-1, getting the Banelings on the way, knocking down all those rocks. Plenty of creep spread to be had as well. So not being too put off by the aggression of Spirit either. He has been able to keep up here.
Yeah, but can he survive this push? Because here we go, Spirit is pushing out across the map with his tank. This is lined up with 1-1, and kind of line 1-1 is still a little bit of a ways off, so he has to be careful not to go for a bit of an anti-timing. At the same time, we have a massive ling run by here at the 3rd base.
Yeah, really nice ling run by coming out from Eba here. That is going to force Spirit to commit here, but it looks like there's enough Banelings for this to not work out too well. Oh, but Eba has gone way too far off creep there.
Yeah.
And a lot of Lings going down.
He overextended. He also kind of didn't spread out his army well enough, split up his army well enough to take down that tank. So a lot of tank shots went off on those Banelings. This base is going to be a little bit compromised. At the same time, though, no mining at the 3rd of Spirit.
Yeah, 12 SCVs going down, but Spirit is in a pretty good position to get damage here. Eba's going to be committing very hard onto this tank, and he does take it down. So things actually looking quite good for Eba here.
Definitely. You know, it was a little bit of a rocky defense. Oh my god, that starter step micro. 3 more Banelings get picked off here in the retreat. But Eba, he holds on to his base. He doesn't really lose too many workers at all, and now he has the map control.
Yeah, has some map control, has a lot of pressure on that base as well. Might even be able to take down these Marines, and he does.
Oh, one moment Spirit was not looking at his drop and he loses it all.
Yeah, and that puts him suddenly behind in supply. Eilte doing so well here, and considering how little supply Spirit does have, there's a lot more potential for a run by on the third here, and that's exactly what he's going for. Spirit realizing that pulls back the drop, and he is way out of position now. This is going to do a lot of damage for Eilte.
Yeah, there's not really much of anything here. There is one tank, but it's honestly looking a little bit exposed. Bailing's going to be rolling on in as well. The Lings do try to get on top of this tank. It looks like they will be able to get it. The Bailings, though, they're getting to the mineral line. Ooh.
Yeah, a little bit indecisive there for Eilte, but does get the connections with the SCV. That's the important part. 10 SCVs going down, a lot of damage going down on that base as well, and Spirit just has to go for it now.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, Eilte, he backs off. 2-2 has begun. This is a little bit late, but again, Eilte was focusing a lot more on that counterattack, and it was worth it in the end. Focusing on attempting to respread his creep as fast as possible, as Spirit is going for a counterattack.
Yeah, and this is looking pretty threatening with this high ground outside of this base as well. These tanks are going to be able to set up in some pretty nasty positions, especially that, yeah, exactly where he put that tank there. I was about to say that's a nasty spot.
Oh, exactly. The ledge is insane. We have two tanks here with the army of Spirit once again threatening this fourth base of Eilte, but he just keeps on pumping out more and more Ling Bane, even going to be setting up for a little bit of a surround.
Yeah, this could be a really nice position to take us around, and a really good job just splitting off the right amount of Bailings there. Eible's Ling Bane control has been fantastic so far.
Yeah, exactly. His decision-making splits have been on point here. Overextending a little bit with a handful of those Bailings, though, are going to go down for free. Likewise, though, Medivacs, they overextend and they get focused down.
Yeah, Medevac gets taken out. Spirit going to be baiting out the commitment from the Ling Bane here. Those Marines kind of just going the wrong way, but they are going to be protected by this Bane, this tank, sorry, on the ledge there. Eilte doing a nice little split, going to be keeping most of these Lings alive, and this army for Spirit looking a little bit on the smaller side.
It really is. He has to reinforce, and there we go. His army's going to be moving out across the map. Tank to reinforce. Marine's going to be going over on the right-hand side instead. At the same time, oh my god, the Ling Bane, now he's collapsing on the army. Oh, not quite.
Yeah, just trying to push it back, trying to be patient. If Eilte can delay this fight for as long as possible, he gives himself time for his 2 to finish up. This is the scariest moment here, but 10 of those drones going down to the Liberator.
Yeah, Liberator getting a lot of damage and distracting Eilte for a moment. Now, finally, he can attempt to collapse on this army. You were talking about it before. Looking quite small here. This will be cleaned up.
Yeah, huge surround coming out there. He's going to be taking out all of these tanks.
And there's nothing really at home to defend. At the same time, Marine Reinforcements is going to be able to take out the fresh bases of Eilte. At the same time, we have a drop being picked up and going into the natural.
Yeah, Liberator at the 4th as well, so Eilte is going to have to pull back here, and that's a bit of a disaster.
Yeah, a lot of damage is being done. Eilte didn't get damage across the map either. The defenses, the reinforcements were good enough, and now the natural base is going to go down.
Yeah, this was a really fantastic sequence coming out from Spirit. Everything was looking so good from Eilte, but this one moment, Spirit has really gotten himself back into this game, possibly even won it.
Yeah, this is devastating damage. It is just a little bit too much here. In the blink of an eye, 2 hatcheries went down, 15 workers went down as well, and Eilte just wasted his time going for a counterattack. He is now pretty committed. He isn't out of this yet, I want to say, but maybe I'm a little bit on copium at this point. Aye.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage all at once from Spirit. That was such a fantastic choice to go for that triple prong. And Eilte a little bit indecisive with his attack. Doesn't want to fully base trade against the high DPS of the Marines, and now finds himself in a really rough spot.
Yeah, exactly. Recovering from here is going to be just a difficult task, especially because Spirit's macro has not let up. He's pushing out across the map once again with an insane supply lead.
Yeah, very nicely done. Also want to commend Spirit for keeping that Banshee alive for so long. That's actually insane.
Oh yeah, the Banshee is still alive. He's got 43 kills!
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's kind of crazy to still have a Banshee at this point in the game.
Oh my god, a 43 kill Banshee Poppy, and things have just snowballed at this point. Ling's going to try and get a bit of a wraparound here on this army, but the Bailings are a little bit too far behind. The Lings get cleaned up, and GG gets called.
Yeah, Eva with nowhere near enough there. And unfortunately, things looking so good for him until they weren't. And Spirit getting himself into that game with some very nice moves. But Eva showing that he can hang with the best.
Definitely, like I think up until like maybe the halfway point, maybe even towards the end, until that tri-pronged attack, Eba it felt like winning that game. You know, he was doing everything right. He was defending, he was droning up, he was dealing counter damage. Things were looking quite bright for the future of Eba. But then Spirit knew like what he needed to do to come back in that game. You know, he knew that he had to be as aggressive as possible and go for or try and split apart the attention of Eba in the midst of him counterattacking. And yeah, really decisive moves from Spirit.
He will remain Polish. And the Polish king at the end of this King of the Hill.
Yeah, congratulations, because the king has fallen and up rises a new king. Spirit, he started the night as the king and he will end the night as the king.
Yeah, and even a little bit of drama in the middle of it all. So keeps things interesting.
Definitely. So GG, well played. And with that, I hope everyone enjoyed themselves here. I know the broadcast, there was a little bit of downtime at points. You know, we were promised Geralt, we were promised Percival, but they were not able to show up here. So a bit of a shame in that respect. But the games that we did get were a lot of fun. They were amazing.
Yeah, 100%. And really exciting to see a lot of these new upcoming players, people like SharKRippeR, people like Eba getting involved.
Yeah, exactly. SharKRippeR and Eba. I hope they do make a return next week. It would be great to see them kind of grow and flourish as players in this tournament series. I guess now I wasn't really showing it earlier just because we've had so much going on here. But I'm going to be switching the scenes over. !B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves and have a look at the run of all of these players.
Yeah, there we go. We do have that bracket up there. So ForJumy getting in there with the longest run, getting 5 wins tonight. But Eba and YoungYakov as well with 2 wins each. So well done to all the players there. And I suppose, yeah, Spirit with 2 wins. Just kind of broken apart between match 1 and match 15.
Yeah. You know, the kind of capping off the tournament in the end, both ends, if you will, making a nice sandwich of Terran Spirit. Yeah, a great day of StarCraft. We will have to have a look at maybe updating the Wikipedia page a little bit. I know it can be a little bit complicated to switch Spirit to Protoss in that series against CuKu, but we should be adding that as well. And yeah, a lot of great games today. A lot of great games.
Yeah, it's been a fun one.
Definitely. Oh, and with that, thank you so much, Asher, for ruining your sleep schedule and for staying up until 3 a.m. to cast. You didn't need to do it. I think originally you were like, yeah, I'll stay for a little bit, you know, we'll see how long, and then you just went all in, Papi. You didn't pull out.
Yes, and I still have food, so I will be up even later.
Shaking my head. So thank you so much, everyone, for the support. I hope everyone in the chat enjoyed themselves as well. It was a great tournament. For those wondering, this is a weekly tournament. This is, of course, the 112th edition of OSC King of the Hill, so I'm sure we'll have plenty more in the future every week. Follow the channel if you want more OSC King of the Hill.
Yeah. I'll be looking forward to the next few ones as well.
There we go. With that, Asher, you were touching on the subject earlier, you know, maybe with some 3-gate into 6-gate glaive adepts. Asher, if people want to tune into some of that degeneracy, where can they find it?
Twitch TV/AsherBro. I'll probably be streaming next on Saturday. And where can they find the Zerg gameplay?
Oh, if you want some Zerg, not the best Zerg gameplay, but some Zerg gameplay, tune in to Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I do stream throughout the week, you know, just laddering where I can, and you know, we have a good time. We do enjoy ourselves. You know, we may not win, but if we
have Despacito.
We have Despacito to keep us company, Papi. So you can follow me there. Meanwhile, check us out as well here on the CranKy Ducklings if you want to tune into our broadcasting. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord. We post all over the place when we go live, so you will be notified if you follow us on one of those channels or on one of those platforms. We do post all of our VODs on YouTube as well. We have been uploading them attempting to upload them on a daily basis. We did fall behind a little bit, but now we're catching up. So check out our YouTube if you want some more StarCraft, not live, but archived nonetheless. And if you want some of that live StarCraft, follow us here on Twitch. You know, we're live almost every day of the week, and our next cast is actually going to be in 3 hours.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I will be live in 3 hours casting Berserker Team League with the CranKy Ducklings. We are going to be playing against Infernalis Esports. So they're going to be featuring players like Papi. They're going to be featuring players like CuKu. CuKu's a part of Infernalis, if you remember. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a spicy matchup, a spicy series.
Yeah, very nice. Be cool to see CuKu again.
Oh, definitely. I'll try and make sure we get a Protoss to play against him. Oh my god. But yeah, with that, thank you so much for watching. Asher, do you have anything you want to say before we head off for now?
Eat your corn. It's good for you.
It's good for you, yeah. Especially with butter.
Yeah, that changes everything.
Changes everything. Aye. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We will see you guys in 3 hours. Until then, enjoy the other StarCraft streamers. We are going to give someone a raid. Who? I don't know, but someone. Until then, ciao.
Yeah, bye-bye.